Hello, everyone.
Wow!
Happy Saturday. We are Hard Knock Dice. My name is Jonesy, your dungeon master for the evening, and these people around me are your heroes and my best friends. Today, we're going to be continuing on our Across Eberron campaign, which we do every Saturday. But before we do, I will be, as always, shouting out Extra Life, which we're raising money for. This little thermometer here, right here below me, that's what that's for. We have an ultimate goal of $3,500. We're currently at $1,326, and we're going to be giving away some prizes along the way. So, open up your hearts and your wallets. Extra Life, in case you do not know, is a charitable organization that gives money to children's hospitals and raises money for children's hospitals through awesome gamers like ourselves. And they are going to be we are specifically raising money for Children's Hospital of Atlanta. So, our link right down below on the Twitch channel, you can see easy access also in the Twitch chat. You can click on that link, it'll take you to our page, donate for a good cause, and get entered to win some awesome prizes like a digital copy of Tasha's Cauldron of Everything, SteelSeries gaming mouse, SteelSeries gaming keyboard. So, I think that is it, unless anybody has anything else awesome, intriguing, wonderful. No? All right. Well then, last we left off, framed for the assassination of the Ash Lord Gorodon by Shin Seha, the fire giant's Yanti advisor, the party had to escape from the market city Vralquek quickly. A hard-fought battle ensued in Gorodon's tower, but Nilbo scooped them up in the airship and they took off once again towards the Shadow Marches to recruit a secluded tribal sect of the Gashkala, or the Gatekeepers. The party had 4 days of relatively uneventful travel time nearing Zarash'ak, but quickly discovered a stowaway in the form of a young goblin named Maup, who now has a new dent in his head. Reflecting on the past, they each unlocked some new abilities. Goran became acquainted with his newfound hammer, though a bit puzzled, as it seemed to have some sort of sentience when it was first wielded, but it's gone silent since. Gainwin stepped into an unknown realm of the dead via death's reflection, a mysterious mirror picked up in Vralquek, finding his parents trapped here by unknown forces. Gainwin then went to Artyom and Koshik to let them know that resurrection magics may not work on him. Koshik, through use of a remove curse, learned of something strong holding on to Gainwin. It could not break it. Consulting Crowley on the matter, things went awry quickly, as the being inside of Crowley's mask angrily took control and sent a synaptic static at all of their feet. We ended the session with the party setting their sights on the swamp city of Zarash'ak. As you hear on the decks above, Nilbo call out, "Next stop, City of Stilts!" You guys have about 30 minutes or so before you do reach Zarash'ak. Is there anything you would like to do before you guys dock? Last minute preparations or anything?
Yeah, I'd like to help Erish make sure that Mop has all of his things set in order, and that just some last minute bookkeeping with that.
Okay, just kind of making sure Erish is taking care of Mop, or making sure Mop is taken care of in general.
Yeah, just like making sure that they continue like his reading lessons and where they're at and all that type kind of stuff.
Gotcha. Easily enough, Erish agrees, takes Mop by the hand and brings him up deck to at least see the city as you guys come in.
Going to, since I always forget to do this, go ahead and roll my portents.
Go for it.
The day.
Nice. Got it.
It is the evening time as you guys pull up to this city. You gonna announce your portents?
13 and 19.
Nice.
Hell yeah.
Wonderful.
I did have one thing I wanted to do before we entered.
Yeah.
Or before we docked. Just in the process of getting like my equipment back, whatever equipment I'm gonna take with me back together, like putting the my hypodermic arrows and stuff, like adding them to my pack or whatever, and whatever stuff I'm leaving. I'm just gonna be sitting in my room. I'm gonna take a second. I'm gonna take off my necklace with my parents' rings on it, and we'll look at it for a second. You know, maybe it's better if I don't, drag you through the muck with me this time. and I'm gonna tie the necklace with the rings onto the bottom of the handle of the mirror, and leave it on my little side table. Get up and kind of walking out on my way out of the room, and put a hand on the handle to walk out. I'm gonna stop for a second, and then turn and kind of look back over my shoulder at where the mirror and the rings are, and begin to recite in Karnathi. I go to march to war, so do not mourn my going. The honor that I bring our nation and our people will live on in our bloodline. I'm gonna stop for a second. This really works for me very well, huh? Shrug and walk out and go join the rest of the party.
Need you to roll a wisdom saving throw for me.
Natural 20.
Very nice. For a total of?
22.
Okay.
Not a very big bonus.
All right. Awesome. You guys meet on top of the deck. It is about... Go ahead. Go for it.
I'd like to have a quick conversation with Crowley, if I could catch him in his quarters or somewhere alone.
Sure,
Yeah.
I'm in my quarters.
All right. Hey, Crowley, I wanted to talk to you what happened with Gandalf earlier.
Certainly, walk in, sure.
Yeah. What exactly happened with that situation? You said the spirits took you over?
Crowley is going to close with a snap the book he was writing in and put away his quill. Yes, something of that effect. They did not enjoy clashing with whatever has a hold of Gandalf.
Oh, that's alarming for one reason or another. Which one is it?
Well, to break it down, it's alarming that such an entity is indeed part of Gandalf. That is indeed worrisome. It is strong and powerful, and you've seen how my spirits work. A time or two, they don't normally back down, but this was quite a powerful entity to repel them, to make them panic as they did, to take a hold of the nearest vessel, which is myself.
But you do have control. Now.
Yes, that was a rare occurrence, I should hope.
Okay. You don't have to keep too many secrets around us if you are losing control or needed some extra help. I mean, we're a team. We have a name and everything now.
Yeah, of course. I understand. And I appreciate your concern, Artyom. Carl's going to kind of lean back and think on it for a moment. I am mostly concerned for Gandalf at this moment, though I am also concerned, of course, with how I reacted. It's not something that happens very often. I'm worried it might have knocked something loose. I cannot say for sure. Only time will tell.
Okay. Well, I'll try to keep an eye on you.
I appreciate it, and I will spare as many eyes as I can for you as well. As always.
You have ghosts spying on me?
Of course not.
Okay. Just gonna it's just pause for a second like I'm scrutinizing a fucking mask and go, I'm not gonna get anything out of this. It's just like, okay. I eject myself from the conversation. Like, wouldn't matter one way or another anyway. Alright, I'm good.
All right. Anyone else? Okay. As I said, it's approaching about 6 or 7 at night. The sun is setting in the distance, and you guys pull up to the sides of. Your eyes find a surprisingly large swamp city, composed of rickety wooden structures, some small and some that feel too large for the wooden stilts that hold them above the swampy delta below. Smaller boats lazily make their way in between the stilts, confident in the precarious architecture of the town, and around oddly large oak trees at certain anchor points. The denizens occupying the dock give an immediate eyebrow of distrust, but your attention can't help but to be pulled away from the suspicious dock dwellers to the other side of the docks, where you see about 12 humans and half-orcs disembarking from what looks to be an unbelievably large chitinous flea, with legs towering as tall as the large oaks themselves. They hop off of a saddle, rappel down ropes to the ground 40 or 50 feet below, and make their way further into the city. No one approaches you. There doesn't seem to be any dockmaster, but several of the sailors, still with looks of distrust, do quickly grab their belongings and move on about their evening. The smells of decaying plant matter and stagnant water hit you, a familiar smell to anyone that's traversed the swamp. And even though it is colder, winter doesn't clutch this area like it does the north. And persistent even through the colder than normal weather, bugs and pests buzz around your face. What would you like to do?
Do bugs count as missiles?
Yes.
I'm just imagining if you can catch them and throw them back out, you just see we're walking through the swamp and just this one side of Milo's helmet just has a bunch of splattered bugs on the side of it.
And if I throw them, they do a D6 damage.
I know.
What the? Some deadly bugs.
Oh.
Milo cast heat metal on himself to become a bug zapper.
That's not a bad idea.
That's
That's using your noodle right there.
People just have like mosquitoes sticking out of them like darts if Gandalf does it.
Okay.
no. Yeah, I'm covered head to toe, so I'm good.
So,
I'll kill Gandalf if he throws one at me, so.
Nilbo
Jesus.
docks it at one of the docks higher than normal because it is on stilts, high enough to allow you guys to put down a gangplank and actually walk down from the airship to the dock itself. Looks like it is low tide at this point. It may rise up, and Nilbo may need to move it earlier in the morning, but that's something to worry about in the morning. As he does, he walks by all of you and just says, "Oh, right then," grabs up a small pack, says, "I'm going to be staying in the city. There's a couple of places I know of. Not too friendly to outsiders here, so there's only about 1 or 2 places that I know of. It's going to be a smaller, quieter bed and breakfast called the Fireflies Respite. It's on the northern side of the city. Nice little place, ran by Rosie and Ted. Care to join me there? That's where I'm going to be staying. However, there's another place, a little bit rowdier, probably your place if you're looking for any sort of information, and also probably just your speed in general, called the Mudbog, ran by a blue tiefling called Slim Archie. So, there you go. About the only 2 places that are really going to take you in.
Yeah, I'd prefer if we could just keep moving through the night, but hey, it's whatever. And we should probably make sure to get that teleportation device, the lift thing, done first so that we can stay a safe distance above the ground from any locals doing things in the middle of the night.
I doubt anybody's going to really mess with us. They keep them themselves mostly, but of course, I'm probably going to get started on all that tomorrow morning while you do what you need to do, or whatever sort of travels you got ahead of you. Get started on it here. They got a couple of the docks made for the mud runners, so probably use a couple of those.
Yeah, the young team might have friends in the Shadow Marches, so better safe than sorry.
Fair enough.
if I recall correctly, this is just one of 2 stops, unless we need to go from here to Zarash'ak on foot.
We can lift off and take off over there. I don't have a problem.
I believe, if I remember correctly, that we are here in Zarash'ak to hopefully gather some information before making our way to Zarash'ak.
Right. Which is the mud bog is where you're going to find that mostly. About the only thing you're going to get from Rosie is a good pie recipe. So,
I mean,
also very valuable depending on who you are. But
is Zarash'ak here? Pay her a visit.
I shall, and he takes Mop by the hand and like leads him on, gathering up his stuff as well. I will stay with Nobo for the night, I suppose. We'll stay at the Fireflies Respite.
Shall we go to the Mudbog then? I guess. Apparently, since that'll be our best chance of finding information in this
Yeah.
place.
Yeah, I'll head us to the telepathic bond before we get off, and we'll be on our way.
Okay, and I believe it's the entire party plus one. Do you do Erish again?
Right.
Okay. All right. You guys take a couple of minutes to do that. I think it takes like 10 minutes to cast, right? So
Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
all right, so you go ahead and cast that. You guys start making your way as you're walking off, and you guys are unpacking all your things, getting your bags together and off the airship and whatnot for the night's stay. Nobo just sort of nods his head on the eastern side of town and says, Mudbog's over that way. You can't really miss the place. It's large, cylindrical looking place. Got a big oak tree growing out the center of it. It's pretty visible. And you'll probably hear it before you see it.
All right.
Sounds like a
Oak tree.
great place.
That sounds like a great place to learn about druids.
Should be, I guess. Haven't really asked many questions about the druid. His voice. I don't know if you've ever been here.
Nope.
Not really friendly to outsiders. That's why we're kind of limited in choices of what we do. Go and start asking the wrong people questions, might get into a fight. Good news is, Mudbog is probably the place you want to get into a fight at. But
Fantastic.
Okay.
Well, maybe they're feeling extra friendly today. I don't know. It could happen. We get lucky sometimes.
probably not. Probably best just to seek out Archie.
Shit.
Agreed.
Sure, why not?
Yeah.
Let,
Go
let's
ahead.
get to it then.
Okay. You guys take off to the eastern side of town, and relatively quiet for now. You're walking across these sort of rickety wooden bridges that lead in between all sorts of buildings built on these stilts around. And like I said, some buildings are just too large, it seems, to be supported by these, but nonetheless they are. You also see oak trees in the middle of the swamp, which is odd in itself, but the mere size of them in the middle of the swamp is also this close to an inflow of an ocean river is just odd. So, but you guys wind your way through the eastern parts, and then it hits your ears. Music, loud talking, ruckus. All in all, debauchery can be heard. You follow your ears easily enough, weaving your way through the wooden planks, and you find exactly what Nilbo described to you. It's this large domed-like building. Looks like a normal inn, with the exception of one of these large oak trees that is growing out of the top of it. Go across to the front, and it looks just like a normal inn and tavern. Walking in, you see several patrons at normal at tables, eating, drinking, and whatnot. And behind the bar, a human woman, probably in her 50s or 60s, sort of taking people's drinks, taking them out food, moving around and whatnot. What would you like to do?
Well, Crowley, you're the one with the silver tongue. Do you want to try your hand at seeing what type of information you can find, or should I do this the loud and brash way?
It's always
Keep
worth
it
the
a
rest
flame
before,
keeper.
I'm just saying.
Well, let's see if I can make people more amicable towards me.
I'm going to be looking at some passive perceptions here, and I'm going to say, good lord, y'all. Oh,
What's up?
why do so many of you had such high passives? 19, 20, 19, 16, 19, 16.
Who else has a
Holy crap.
19 besides our wisdom casters?
And
RTM.
don't forget,
Jesus.
21, don't forget.
And for passive investigation, yeah, I'm not. Oh, nearly everybody. I'm gonna say
Holy cow!
nearly everybody picks up as you walk in here.
Very
The
perceptive individuals.
You are the ruckus from down below, or I'm sorry, the ruckus does not seem to be permeating from here, but instead from beneath your feet. As people are in here, You see them having a quiet meal. You pass by one guy who's just got a large, just black eye, just freshly starting to form, taking up just some like piece of meat that he's sticks onto it. The older woman pats him on the back as she goes up. You see people going upstairs to rooms, and you see the continuation of this large oak from outside through the floor and up through the ceiling, just sort of in the middle of this dining area. But it seems whatever this place is, that the main event is not on this floor. And I'll say that is immediately noticeable to Artyom, Koshik, Crowley, and Gandolin.
Sounds like they're having fun downstairs.
Help you, gentlemen. And lady,
Yes.
I didn't see you back there, darling. Sorry.
That's fine.
Seems like quite the party downstairs. What's going on? Is that where the main hub is?
That's where the pit is.
The pit, you say?
The pit. New in town, easy to spot. That's what you're looking for. Come on. She lifts up table and flips it over, and you see a small stairway going behind the bar and down.
Oh, yeah, Crowley's going down.
Okay.
Absolutely.
So all you guys filter in and hear the sounds just getting louder in this stairwell as you step down, and you see a crowd around a pit in the middle of the floors, probably 30 to 40 feet wide and diameter. You have people crowded around on the sides, and those who take a quick look down see what looks to be just two half orcs, one with just a great club going up and just full on batter swings, hits one and the other one in the stomach, and you just hear the crowd go "Ooh!" throughout everybody. You see different humans and half orcs sitting on either side of the pit, sitting on either side, just seem to be judging the fight. But immediately to your left, as you walk down these stairs on an elevated platform, you see orcish and half orcish guards on either side of an elevated platform. A couple of orcs and half orcs sitting down with one human amongst them. It's just sort of sitting there. I hate y'all for having such high passes. Get out of here. I'll say, you know what? DC 20 hits, and that'll be Gandolin. Gandolin.
Hey!
Well, yeah, I'm excluding the rest of you.
That's bullying.
That's bullying.
Why you bully me?
Any other 20s in the passives? Carly's got a passive investigation. I'll see as your two eyes are sort of looking this group over. This human in the middle, who's sort of middle-aged human, dark, sort of shaggy, like rough cut hair, and a small just tuft of just gray and like salt and pepper hair off the bottom of his chin, who's talking up and down to this half-elf woman and just like laying it on thick. He doesn't pay attention to you as you walk down the stairs. He's looking away for you. Everybody who's walking through, I'll say you two notice that while he's not looking at you, you see him counting on one hand as you each come down the stairs, and he counts off each of you.
Interesting. Is there a blue tiefling in here?
You're looking around, and still on the stairs, you can see across the pit to the other side. You see one blue tiefling, rotund and behind the bar itself, as he's got some sort of pan in his hand, cooking something up on the other side of the bar. Just sort of screaming out over his shoulder to other bartenders and whatnot. So, see if we can get a change of music, because I think that deserves it.
I was gonna say Crowley's going to be letting it be known in the mind link that guy's counting us as we come down.
Yeah. And after that, I'll also note, I think our guy is over there bartending. The one we were referring to anyway.
Just a quick refresher, DM. What was the name of the tribe that we're supposed to be in here searching for, and the sister tribe that we're supposed to have as a contact?
You don't know the name of the sister tribe. Oh, I'm sorry. You don't know the name of the tribe that is in the crawling swamp. You know that there is an outpost in Zarash'ak But you know it's a sect of the Gashkala, the gatekeepers.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so we
Right.
don't know the name of the actual tribe, just kind of like the overarching organizational structure.
Correct. Which is
Okay,
the gate.
that's
They are
what I
all
thought.
they are all a part of this. You just know that Valsharok is sort of their town is a strong word for it. It is their grove.
Right. But so they are separate tribes, but they're all members of the Gashkala.
Correct.
Okay. That's what I thought. I was like, I don't have a tribe name written down. Okay. Perfect. Perfect.
Alright.
All right.
Okay.
So I guess we'll go talk to this our bartender friend and hopefully not get mugged.
Yeah, Crowley's gonna make his way over to the tiefling.
All right. You walk over to the blue tiefling who's sitting there frying something up in a pan. It looks like a hot cast iron, but no fire around him at all. Sort of looking around, you find a blue tiefling, sort of ash gray horns going down the back of his head, red eyes, somewhat rotund. He's got like gray hair and a like shock of white going down the back, sort of sitting there with just an open vest exposing all of this, sitting around flipping that. It says, "Hey yo, Sal, you lazy sack of shit, go get me some ale. I told you to do it this morning. I'm all out of beer." Fucking, hey, what's going on, fellas? Milady, how's it going? What can I do for you?
Does whatever he's frying up smell good?
Oh, hell yeah.
Oh. I was lit over here by the scent of what you're frying up there, friend.
What's that?
I was lit here by the scent of what you're frying up. It smells good.
It does. Not for you, unfortunately, but
Unfortunately.
I can't cook this good for everyone. But we do add some like bar nuts and stuff.
Very well. What'd you say his name was again, DM?
Slim Archie is what Nilbo called him.
Oh, Archie.
I take it you're from Archie, right? Correct?
That's right.
Word along the airways is you're the person to see if we need to know some information around these parts.
Probably the safer bet to ask me than anyone else in here. So hey, let's walk and talk, friends. Let's walk and talk. And he starts walking around the bar, and you see him like take his hand and just shoot some fire into the pan itself and like flambés this jambalaya style dish in his hand as he's just sort of like flipping it over and over again, and he starts walking towards that sort of elevated area.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna follow him, so.
Yeah. What you looking for?
We're seeking some information about local druids, or at least an outpost of the Gashkala.
Yeah, we got plenty of them around here. Hell, I think we got some in here tonight, actually. Where the fuck are they at? It's so fucking busy. He sort of points over into a corner. Two orcs that are sitting there, just sort of not really paying too much mind to anything else, sitting there with mugs and some food on the table, sort of quietly eating. Those guys came in probably earlier this morning or so, if that's what you're looking for.
Yes, just druids. Do you have a name for any of them?
For who? Those two? Nah,
Yeah, do you
you
know
have
any
to
of their
ask them
names?
yourself.
All right. Well, if those are the only druids that seem amicable at the moment, then we'll talk to them. Thank you.
Yeah, not a problem. And you guys are walking up to this, and he sort of takes his dish, leans across to the human who is sitting on there, says, "Here you go, Derek. There you go, man." And Dark sort of looks over at Archie, looks at the rest of you, just sort of looks you up and down. He goes back to his conversation with this half-elf woman. He's like, and you can tell anybody who cares enough to pay attention, he's just laying it on thick. He's like, "Have you ever seen a dragon mock before? Would you like to?"
Oh my.
But Archie keeps walking with you guys. Food and drink for you guys. You don't just get to ask questions free, right? You got to stand around with something in your hand.
All right.
Always something to drink.
Yes, something to drink for my compatriots and I.
All right. Sal, get the. All right, I gotta go get a barrel. So hang out right
hey,
here.
Quick question. Hey,
Yeah.
anybody allowed to fight down there? It's like jerking a thumb at the pit.
Yeah, I mean, I'm gonna be honest.
Don't no advice. Just answer the question.
Anybody's allowed. I'm gonna still give the advice, prompted or not. You want people to answer questions for you, I would suggest getting in the pit. Make it sure it's a
Wonderful.
respectable fight.
What do you get if you win?
Bragging rights.
What are the rules?
I guess that's okay.
Rules.
Oh, I assume you can't just walk in there with a battle axe, my friend.
Hey, look, he was beating the shit out of that guy with a club when we first came in here. So,
Yeah. Still not going to kill you in one swing.
is there blood and stuff in this pit?
So you
Okay.
you gonna go look down into the pit?
Yeah, I'll just like look over. I'm gonna examine them.
Okay. Archie takes off to go grab a barrel of ale real quick. Anybody who's interested, you look down in the pit. You see one orc getting like lifted out from the sides of it, just completely unconscious as he's being lifted out and dragged out. And you see one of the orcs on the side of the pit, just sort of sitting there watching the fight down below. Do some small healing spell and brings him back to. Still with his ass whipped, he gets up and you see the other guy just taking in the victory as you get people cheering around him. But you look down into this pit, and this oak tree, this is where it is rooted at. It comes all the way down through the ceiling, and you see it hit the swampy mud floor below. Sort of almost circular, but sort of like square circular in design. And on 4 sides, you see small grates going into the walls themselves. On 2 sides of the walls, you see levers. And on either side of this oak tree, opposite of the levers themselves, you see 2 bricks, which seem like, or 2 like concrete platforms, which seem like starting points.
Crow was going to say, it was my thought indeed, at least, that you could earn us some brownie points by someone participating in a fight down there. They seem to respect strength around these parts.
It's like a lot
When-
of places actually.
Were there multiple people fighting when we came in, or is it just a 1v1?
You're looking around in the pit, you see 4 concrete blocks. So it looks like it could be a 1v1. That fight that you guys saw was a 1v1, but it does look like it could accommodate a 2v2 or a free for all.
Ooh, group fight.
I'll nudge Gandalf.
Yeah,
You want a 2v2 some people down there?
sure. Is there like a booth or anything where they're like people are entering or anything, or is
It looks like these three like half orcs and human mixtures on the side that are sitting at benches and whatnot. They look like judges. They look
Sick.
like judges of a fight that are looking over on each side because vision is blocked by the large oak in the center. Seems like if you were going to talk to somebody, these would be the people.
Okay, well, I mean, if it is what is going to get us some information, well, I guess we just have to come on. No.
Yes.
Were any of the people we saw in the pit armed or armored?
Yes, both of them were.
They were fucking shit up.
Correct.
They were beating the shit out of each other.
Crowley's going to follow after them because he wants to hear this too, whatever is spoken with the judges.
Just come walking up once. It looks like we're within. I don't know how high up they are compared to us, but it's just like, hey,
They're right on the sides of the pit, so you can just
Perfect.
walk up
Yeah.
to them.
I'm just gonna come walking up like, hey, me and my buddy want to fight some of your people around here. What are we gonna do?
Gives you an eyebrow of curiosity. You just want to fight someone. Who do you want to fight? Who's your challenger?
I don't know. Do we have to have somebody to challenge us?
Or you challenge someone.
Oh shit, we don't know anybody.
Who's the favorite in the arena?
Yeah,
at
who
this very time?
like yeah. There you go. That
Crowley's going to laugh with it. Yeah, but who's the favorite?
You don't want to fight the champion.
Well,
Probably
someone's
choose something on your weight class.
his weight class.
Weight class, eh? Lad.
He's
Well-
really fucking heavy. Just saying.
He looks at you. He looks up to the elevated table where you see the human and the half orc, or I'm sorry, an orc beside him. Looks back to you, points the thumb. Up to you if he wants to fight tonight.
Oh, shit. Cool.
I said up to you. Up to him if he wants to fight tonight.
Oh, darn. That's not as good. It makes sense.
Makes more sense than up to you.
Makes more sense.
In response, this man said,
Eh.
"Oh, cool."
Fantastic. Does the orc do anything, or is it the orc, or is it the human that he was referring to?
He pointed to the table.
Oh, okay. So we gotta go to him. Okay, we'll walk over there.
You gotta fight the table.
Yep, the table is the champion. That's like
Alright, critical roll,
that
let's-
makes sense. Dear God.
We've already seen animated objects kick ass. No. Sure.
Yeah, walk over to them, like, all right, okay, there are two of you, technically three, because the half elf woman is there still, I assume.
Correct.
Technically three. We were told one of you guys is the champion around here.
He keeps talking, and at this point, you see he's sort of like draped his cloak off of his shoulder, showing her what you see a large dragon mark across his upper arm. Go ahead, Carl.
Which dragon mark is it? Crowley would probably know.
Is the dragon mark of finding of House Zarash'ak.
So he's just ignoring us. Is that what's happening?
Currently, he is ignoring you, and is
I just go,
showing-
unless you're too much of a bitch to actually prove your title, I guess. This is ridiculous.
Wonderful. You've gotten my attention.
Fantastic.
How
Are
awesome.
you interested in fighting anybody this night? Because apparently you pick and choose.
Considering you have come in, insulted me
Yep.
in my hometown, yes, I would love to. One-on-one, shall we?
Sure. Do we got a buddy? Can we have two people? Because we both want to fight somebody, but we don't know
but
anybody
it's your
here.
loud mouth that I hear. Do you always
Okay.
approach someone with such disrespect when you don't know who or what they are?
When
Yes.
they just ignore me like that. Yup.
I was speaking, and you could
Yeah.
wait to be spoken to. Shh.
Damn, this is crazy. So are we fighting or what?
Very well. 1v1.
Fantastic. All right.
I'm
finishing
sorry,
my
Malcolm,
meal.
We gotta find another buddy.
All right, I'm gonna guide Gandalf toward the opposite entrance or whatever way this guy's going.
He's not moving right now. He says he's going to finish his
okay.
meal.
Okay.
Ah, okay. Whatever. Let's do it. Hey, yes,
Lilo
we'll
sends a
also eat
message to
something.
Kaushik that just goes, uh-oh.
That is right.
Let's see.
What is it? Does this guy seem like he has any telling attributes to how he might fight, like giant battle axe, spell component pouch,
Give
anything?
me Gandalf, Crowley, and Artyom. Give me perception checks.
Sure.
That's very good. 26 total.
17.
Not gonna be very high. Perception 10.
As you two are sort of wrapped up in the conversation, as he does have a big personality, and Crowley is sort of looking over the dragon mark itself, which takes the form of like a loose bird of prey. And a dragon mark of this size, you would know that denotes that he's got some sort of stature of power. Artyom sort of looking him down, you see a couple of daggers, a couple you can imagine that are hidden. You see a small slender blade at his side, sort of off to the side, not really paying attention to it. And just light armor. It looks like whatever his style is nimble and quick.
Crowley is going to bring up the fact that he is dragon marked. It's like he's a member of House Zarash'ak, and he possesses I assume it's a greater dragon mark, right, Jones? Or
Give me a
we're
history.
still-
Give me a history check, because you guys just heard his name not too long ago.
Oh. Okay. History. Mystery.
I'll say as you're sort of bringing this back to the party, anybody who's
17.
got history can roll it. 17.
Is anybody else a history buff? I sure as fuck am not.
Yeah, 13 plus 4.
Okay, 17. Anyone else?
Yes, actually, where'd my dice go?
Go for it.
Yeah,
Oh,
boy, that'll
smarty
be a
pants.
27.
Holy shit.
19 plus 8. Let's go.
This does look like a greater Dragonmark Crowley, as you're sort of thinking about it, but with a 27, Milo, just knowledge of the upper houses and whatnot, knowing that House Zarash'ak is a rather new house, or at least newer than the other Dragonmarked houses. God, geez, with a 27, you would know that this is Darek Del Velderon. He is a member of the triumvirate of House Zarash'ak, the leading three of the house.
Can I get that spelled for me, please?
Daric De Valderon. D''Velderan.
And he is a member of the 3 leaders of House Zarash'ak.
Correct. He is a triumvir, a member of the triumvirate.
Sick.
Are we still all gathered around the table at this point?
Yeah, I'll say this is you guys walking back to the bar. Archie's finally like hauling in a big ass barrel of ale, and in one arm, and behind him he's just sort of like got this passed out human, and like drags him in behind the bar, like sits him there, splashes some ale in his face. All right, so ale for each of you then.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Very well.
Uh-huh.
How good is that guy, by the way? And I'm gonna point at the fucking champion.
I was going for fucking 2 minutes. What'd you do?
What? Nothing.
Yeah.
Answer the
Oh.
question.
Over the group chat Milo's gonna put out.
I think I might know who that guy is, actually. If memory serves, and the mark is what I think it is, he's actually one of the 3 leaders of House Zarash'ak. It's Garrick something, de Velderin, I think. Yeah, that's it.
It is a greater mark indeed, so it would point that he is of some importance. Not all houses are equal, Gandalin, but that does put him up there.
We'll find out real quick. So answer the question.
You will, yes.
He's real fucking good.
Okay.
Look,
Is he
take.
like-
I want
he
you.
look-
All right, take.
He's like does he like throw those knives? Is he like get in and kind of like try to stab you like in the kidney area kind of thing, you know?
You trying to get my ass beat too?
I didn't realize it was against the rules to like talk about a public fight.
Yeah, you seem like a pretty perceptive guy, and takes you and
Yeah.
spins you around. Says, "Look at this crowd," and you're
Yeah.
looking across this pretty diverse crowd. You see just massive orcs in here, left and right. Half orcs, like barbarian types, sitting around there, broken tooth and scars everywhere. And he's a champion for a reason.
Okay, sure. That'll make it all the more fun when I win. So, give me a beer.
Oh, shit.
Ale me.
Maybe if you do all right, he'll I don't fucking know. Good luck. That was a choice.
I heard one time like if you're in an unpleasant situation, you should just pick the like supposedly toughest person in the room and just beat their ass, and it's just like make everything better. Yeah.
Are these prison rules?
Where did you hear that?
So there's
Somewhere.
That's a
really
terrible
no
idea.
no rules or policies to these fights.
We'll stop it before you die.
That's pretty good.
Couldn't ask for more.
Yeah, it'd
Really.
probably be really sad if he died, you know. Like,
And
people
there are
would
no
be upset.
restrictions on the type of magic that you can use in said fight.
I can't use magic, dummy.
No one around the pit using magic, and you can't use anything that's going to hurt the crowd around it.
I will not throw any knives at people in the stands.
Also, don't knock my fucking tree over. It's kind of connected to everything.
I look down at myself and I'm not in the danger of knocking over any trees.
He's just sort of addressing the group as they're asking for rules and restrictions.
That's fair.
I'm not making any promises. If I need to knock that tree over, I'll do it.
It's like that.
I hope you're saying that to the group.
I'm not saying it in character at all.
Okay.
Well, you should what y'all should do is get somewhere near those Gushkala guys and just see how they're liking the fight, and if they're seeming pretty happy, you go, oh hey, yeah, that's our buddy, you know.
That's my intention, yes.
Yeah.
Yes, well,
Good idea. Just in case I make them like really mad and they don't want us to stay here.
To be
You know,
fair,
they're
we
like-
could probably make a huge amount of money if you just took a dive and we bet against you.
I feel like everyone's already.
I
gonna
don't
bet
think we're
against
gonna
it.
make any money.
Yeah.
What?
It's just what they know. It's the town
Also-
favorite.
What do you mean? My love.
He's the champion. You really think that anyone's gonna bet on you? We might, but we'd be the only ones.
Yeah, but you're saying you don't think I can win?
I'm saying if you took a dive and we bet against you, we wouldn't
yeah,
make
no,
any
that's
money because no one would be on the other side.
Yeah, that's stupid. Why would we do that anyway? Why dive when I'll just win the? This is literally like one of like two things I'm good at. All right, give me a little bit of credit here.
How much credit would you like in terms of coinage?
I'm kind of fucking broke right now, so that's kind of up to you.
10%, 10 gold.
I don't even know if I have that
Neil-
much.
Well, this guy, I mean, he's the triumvirate, the
Triumvirate.
triple leader of the Asterisk, so he's probably got all kinds of magic items hidden on his person, or magical swords and all that other kind of things. Is there anything that we can do to help you before your fight starts? To make it more fair?
What do you mean?
I don't know.
I'm pretty sure if you cast any magic on me, they'll probably be upset.
I mean, as far as like items, like if we have some extra potions or something like that, you can drink
Potions?
beforehand. I don't know. Koshik's got the bag of holding. I don't pay attention to what goes in there.
I have no fucking idea. I don't have any fucking potions or anything.
Upon entering this fight, were there any seconds or was there rounds, Jones, that we heard of? Because I'm sure that would be pretty loud. Or is it just
Oh, yeah.
go in and beat each other?
Am I gonna be over there in the corner with my arms up on the ropes going?
It didn't seem like there were any rounds. It seemed
Human.
like they dropped him in the pit and it was go time.
I'll escort Gandalf to the pit. And
I mean, I don't see the reason to go anywhere until they say it's go time.
yeah,
so I'm
no.
like, "Ah."
I mean, like when it's time to go. Don't worry about it.
Oh,
Yeah.
it's my coach. He gonna be doing the little shoulder rub, like.
Giving you inspiration.
Malgrim, I'm sorry, by the way. I didn't realize he was gonna be such a pansy about it. I thought, if like you were the like champion of things, you would want to fight people. I thought that was kind of the point of being here.
eh,
We'll find
is
somebody
what it
else.
is. Good luck, lad.
You can get round 2. We'll like have Kosh heal him up, and then you can kick his ass. Great success.
Yeah, don't think he'd like his ass getting kicked twice.
Well,
I mean,
Very
that's why
embarrassing.
we'll rile him up so that he wants to get reprove himself or something. I don't know. We'll figure something out. Don't.
if you really want to grind his gears, let him know that you're doing him a favor. Maybe him kicking your ass will inspire the woman he was trying to hit up because he wasn't having any success at that point.
Speaking of,
Or just taunt him about that either way.
Oh yeah.
I do plan to be the healer on standby if Gandalf needs me, even though they did say they'd stop it before he died. But I do want to, once they get ready to get into the ring and start the fight, slide up into the seat by his lady friend and see if I can get any kind of information off of her relating to him in any sort of way.
Yeah.
Like a group chat Gandalf while he's fighting, maybe.
Sure. Is there anything else anybody would like to do? Because currently Dark seems to be taking his time with his meal. He doesn't seem very concerned as he's just sort of sitting there eating his food that's Archie has prepared for him personally. Doesn't seem like he's gonna let it go to waste. He's talking to an orcish friend off to his left who's got like this man bun going down and down his back, wearing some like green tinted scale mail down the front of him, and longbow off to the side as well. And he's sort of
assassinated.
talking off to the side of him, talking back and forth. And it seems like that girl has or that half elf rather has since got up and left off to the side, going back to the bar. Kasha, if you'd like to speak to her.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll follow her.
Okay.
Oh, I'm speaking to her now?
Yeah.
Ooh, okay. Exciting, huh?
I'm sorry, what was that?
Your friend's gonna be fighting.
Indeed. I didn't expect him, well, anyone really, to challenge him tonight.
Right. Well, my friend's kinda spitfire, you know? Then what can you do?
Can you back it up?
Well, I've seen him fight before, and he's good. We're just gonna have to see, I guess. I've never seen your friend fight before. Is he good?
Very.
Right, yeah, I know he's a champion and everything, but I don't know what that means in these parts. Yeah.
Well, you look around, there's no one in here that's beat him before.
How many people in here has he fought before?
Countless, probably, at this point. In and out. Even brave or foolish, I'm not sure which one. Young men like your friend?
He's never lost. Not once.
Not once.
Well, what's his weapon of choice? Wiggles eyebrows, snuggles up close to her.
Yeah. Give me a persuasion check.
Just raw charisma.
I was gonna say raw charisma, but I'll give you persuasion.
It's
I've got
raw.
I do have a +7 to persuasion, so here we go. One more time. We are rolling on the dice. Oh fucking no, with a 9. 9 + 7. So is that like
16.
I can't do math. Oh, that's 16.
16.
Yeah.
Okay, so 16.
No. I don't think I will.
Is that what she says?
Yes.
Oh, no, it's fine. I'm not trying to gather any information or anything from you. I'm just curious.
It's exactly what someone says that's not trying to gather information is. I'm not trying to gather information. It's okay.
Anyway, how long have you known him?
3.5 weeks now? It's not been a long time.
Oh, wow. And he hasn't lost any time before that either, huh? Or do you just know about the past 3.5 weeks?
Past 3.5 weeks is what I know for sure. Before that, it's what he's told me.
Right. Well,
I'm gonna take my drinks back. It's good talk. She gathers up a couple of cups and takes a cup back to him.
Over the chat.
so,
How'd it go?
not well. All I know is that he hasn't lost, as far as she knows, ever. So, good luck.
Yeah, it'll be fine, I'm sure. Nobody never loses. That's unless
Right,
maybe he pays people to lose.
Yeah, this way is going. He probably has lost before, but him being this triumvirate big shot fella, they just brushed it under the rug, so it looks better for the organization as a
They
whole.
just fucking
That's
killed
probably
the guy
true.
who beat him.
But she knows for sure, at least for the past 3.5 weeks, any fight that he's taken on, he hasn't lost. So almost a month worth of not losing. That again doesn't mean he's never lost, but be safe.
Yeah, Crowley pops up. He's like, look at this. There's 2 ways this could go. As part of a triumvirate for a greater house, he's either on scale are close to Quanti Diorian, or he's a liar. There you go.
You'll just have to intimidate him. When you get in the ring, tell him you're going to help him find an ass kicking or something like
I'm
that.
just gonna look down at myself again and go, I had to break it to you, Artie. I'm not a very intimidating figure. I'm
Hey.
just
Aye, well,
it's just the truth, you know.
Should let me fight him.
you wanted to fight.
I do.
Go get him.
I'm not like, I just point at Melgar. I'm not a very big guy, you know.
Aye, you don't need to be. You're fast and wily.
It seems like he's fast and wily as well, so no pressure or anything, but you pissed him off. Maybe try to show him a shred of respect once you get inside the ring so that
Only if he deserves it.
he doesn't
Oh,
outright
boy.
kill you if things go bad, because we can't bring you back if that happens.
I will try not to die. If worse
They
comes to
said
worse,
that's
I
what-
will run. Good plan.
That is a one-way mental communication to gamble. I
Oh.
just tell everybody
It'll
that.
be fine. It'll be fine. It'll be fine. Don't worry.
Artyom.
They said that.
I
they
don't
would
like
let
it
me
when you
die.
keep secrets from us, Artie.
Just
You're
response
in
like
on
they
the
said
secret.
just
Crowley's
mental, just they said they wouldn't let me die. It'll be fine.
Yeah, Crowley's looking toward the other guy, watching him like eat. He's just tapping his bicep, like watching. Just
He's sitting there just having a conversation with each. As soon as his lady friend comes back, he's just goes immediately back to smooth talking her, and takes his drink and whatnot. Just seems to still just be laying it on so thick. Doesn't even seem to be worried. At this point, he's finishing up the last little bites of his meal and drinking and whatnot. Just sort of pushes it off to the side, and someone comes and grabs it for him. And I froze. Uh-oh.
la 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 la.
Oh, there he
Okay,
is.
I'm
There
back.
he
There he is.
I'm back.
It's a long meal. Long meal.
He's going. Ah.
He choked. He's like,
No,
Nobody
it's-
knows the Heimlich maneuver.
I have a question, DM.
What's up?
When it comes to magic, how palpable is it when there's something cast on you?
What
Like,
you
do
mean?
you know when somebody casts something on you? Like, if I were to cast Bane on him, would he know?
Yeah.
yeah.
Probably.
Mm,
Especially if people in here are using detect magic. So
mm. All right,
I-
never mind. Just
I
a
imagine if
question,
they
just a
have-
hypothetical.
If they have rules such as no spells cast outside of the ring, then probably they have ways to know when
That's
people
not
are
what
doing
the rule was. The rule was no one outside of the ring can cast spells in the ring. He didn't say no spells cast outside of the ring. I can hit him with it before the match starts.
Says what he
they'll
said.
know. Yeah. All right. So
Oh wait, that was a misunderstanding of mine. So you cannot cast spells in the ring?
You can cast spells in the ring.
No one
But you're not-
outside
no
of the ring can
outside
cast
of the
spells
ring.
into
Okay,
the ring.
gotcha.
Right.
Gotcha.
No
You
outside
can't
of the ring.
have your wizard buddy up on the edge casting
yeah.
fireballs down into the middle of
Goosh.
it.
Try
have
and
a baby,
stop
get
me!
him!
I'm not a wizard, but.
But yeah, Kaushik, Bane has verbal, somatic, and material components to it. So you'd be like, go blah 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 blah, and it would be pretty obvious.
I could be quiet, and the material component is a drop of blood, which, like we all know, I can manipulate my blood. He won't have to see it. I can be quiet. I can do a little. I'm just dancing along with the music.
I get kicked out of another competition
no.
because somebody decided to cheat. I'll be upset.
I'm
no
not gonna
cheating here. There will be no cheating.
I'm having no
Don't
problem.
let me
Healer
die,
up me.
though. In all seriousness, don't.
I got you, fam.
Archie goes
Yeah.
over as you guys are sort of at the bar talking to you, saying you can use buff magics if you would like before you get
Oh.
into the ring. So that is a thing if you would like to do that.
How big is this ring?
It's about 40 feet across or so. Depends on kind of where you're at.
Oh,
With a big, large oak tree in the middle of it.
there's no restrictions on magics that can be cast on an ally before they go into the ring.
Like what? I feel like you're trying to be crafty here. Probably
I
not in
don't
your
see the
best
point.
interest. If you're
I
looking
think
for
it'll be
information,
fine.
you want a straight up fight.
Yeah.
What about
It'll be fine.
what about coaching from outside the ring? You know, like tennis. I can't be like go for the gut.
Sure.
Actually, honestly, as a precautionary measure, I do think I want to cast Death Ward on him before he goes in there.
What?
Just to make sure.
Okay.
Yeah, so Death Ward is where you touch a creature and it grants it a measure of protection from death. The first time the target would drop to 0 HP. As a result of taking damage, the target instead drops to 1 HP and the spell ends. So that, like, if he did, like, get a fucking wild hair up his ass and decide to try to kill you, you wouldn't die. So that would just be, like, a precautionary measure for, you know.
Specifically, that protects against death from massive damage if this guy wallops out 200 damage on your ass.
Yeah.
How long does that last?
8 hours.
Long time.
Yeah,
Yeah.
there we go.
I just want to make sure, because some of us know things about you, Gandalin, and we're worried about you dying.
What do you mean? It's fine.
Exactly.
Death
So-
is only the beginning. Don't worry.
So I am gonna.
If it makes you feel better, sure.
Okay. Yeah, I think I would prefer to. And so, if that's not against the rules, I would like to cast Death Ward on him. Is that
Yeah.
okay?
Go for it.
Perfect. All right, it is cast. You are Death Warded, my boy.
Limber up, do some toe touches.
Toe touches.
Oh, I do want to throw in the very last part of it, which I didn't read already. It says if the spell is still in effect when the target is subjected to an effect that would kill it instantaneously without dealing damage, that effect is instead negated against the target and the spell ends. So if he tries to, like, disintegrate you,
Shit. Somebody try. All right, if he just whips out
Disintegrate.
power word to kill, I'll be okay. I will
Jesus.
survive. That'd be crazy.
So I
I-
want my
I will-
buddies to be safe.
I will buff Gandalin with freedom of movement just in case
What?
he tries to grapple you.
No, it's fine. No, clean fight. I got it. Don't worry.
He is a leader of the house. He's going to go in there twinkling with magic. This is making it a fair fight, Gandalin.
Whatever. I don't think he's a grabby guy.
You'll never know what could happen. He could use magics that could try to restrain you, and they'll slip right off of you now.
Let's see. Well, whatever.
Milo, for his part, is going to position himself into a good spot to watch and see if he can learn anything about this guy.
Okay.
I'm gonna cast the best spell to help Gandalin in this situation. It's gonna be Hold Person, so he can't go into the ring.
On me or him?
On you.
Oh shit.
This is for your own good.
But yeah, since it would probably be frowned upon to turn you into a T-Rex before you walked into the ring, I won't do
Yeah, probably so.
that.
Imagine. Alright. I'm ready to go. I'm down to clown. I'm ready to scrap.
Very well. In that case, let's launch Tailspire.
Woo!
Oh shit! Let's
Ooh.
go.
Where is it? Pulling up the battle map.
We are indeed pulling up a battle map. All right.
Fuck yeah.
Hell yeah!
Give me a moment.
I shall attempt to christen this battle map with victory.
Christ.
Pick up.
Bryson.
There's someone in the
That's
stream
what I
chat
said.
talking about how much they hate Hold Person. I don't know who it is though. I don't know how anyone could hate that spell.
It's funny.
What a goof.
All right, I am going to go ahead and switch us. I'll let me actually get to the battle map first.
Wow.
Before I do that, we'll click play here. I'll need to summon y'all in a moment.
Jeez.
Okay. I'm gonna go ahead and switch this real quick. Oh, I think I just changed. Yeah, I did. I changed the wrong thing. Yeah, I did. Sorry. I'm sorry, guys. I'm trying to work on the
Take your time.
get our music
It's-
going on the right thing. There we go.
Take your time. It's just our friend's life in his own hands.
I'm not gonna die.
Switching over
Especially
to the
not
bottom.
now that I've protected him with Death Lord.
Y'all, there is so little faith in here. My feelings are very hurt.
Oh, no, I have complete faith. It's just funnier to, pretend otherwise.
I think you're gonna do great. I just wanted to make sure that
Uh-huh.
he didn't try anything
Well, you
slippery.
can't.
Why would you curse him
on
like
me?
that? Why would you put that evil on him?
Listen, I'm trying to protect you because I can't. I'm protecting my own feelings when I can't help you later when you die. If you die,
Believe, little faith. Can't believe. I believe.
will
in
be
fairies.
fine,
I
Yandor.
believe in fairies.
I believe in you. I promise.
Ooh, there we go.
That looks awesome.
Holy shit!
Scandal is crazy. I think it can do it.
Oh, some line of sight. Good.
Okay.
Oh,
So-
beautiful.
Bottom of it snowy?
The bottom of it's foggy.
Yeah.
Oh,
Okay.
that apparently moves it for everybody when you do that. So,
Interesting. I will not fuck with it then.
yeah, don't move with purple, because apparently
Did you-
everybody can move that.
Did you build this, Jones?
Partly. This is
Okay.
partly my build. Okay, so I am going to move everyone on the map just in case, because you never know what's going to happen. You can move yourselves where you would like to. I'm putting you over in this. If you're looking at the compass, the northeastern corner.
Yakub's in here.
He's over there right now. Oh, too bad. Oh god, I'm so excited for once we can get our own minis in here.
I am
Yo,
as
that-
well.
Over there by those orcs, is that Conan the Barbarian?
It sure looks like it.
You do see a very big, burly human male, sort of just in leathers, hair pulled back and whatnot, with a leather band across his forehead. You're welcome to talk to
I'm in
him.
the ring.
Crom, I've never prayed to you before.
Someone come fight me. I'm in the ring.
Teach me
All
the
right.
riddle of steel.
Out of there.
Ritual of
Conan.
steel.
Hey!
All right. At this point,
I'm just waiting to
Who the
escort
fuck?
Gandalin toward his side whenever that's going to happen.
okay. Well, I should have put you guys on the other side, but you guys will be starting off near the bar. So if you would like to move yourselves over there,
Is it where this gap is?
correct. That's where you'll be jumping down.
Oh hell yeah. Go. He's at his little high table.
He is at his high table.
This shit.
If you win, you can
Model,
just
a
take his
tiefling
seat.
model.
What's that?
He's got horns.
Yes, his model is a half demon, I think, but
How exciting.
that's just to distinguish
Well,
him
like-
from everyone else.
Half demon, more like whole bitch. Am I right, fellas?
Okay. We have Death Ward. You've cast Freedom of Movement. Is there anything else that you would like to do before this begins?
I'm just going to wait till to pep talk him for when they call for the fighters. That's it.
Okay.
Yeah, Malgrim would like to pep talk him now, just kind of
Yeah. What's up?
hand on your shoulders. Don't
I
forget
squat.
about him being in the house, lad. We fought tougher, and we fought tougher creatures and more. Shit, forgetting words here. More
Don't worry, I do that all the time.
higher houses before. You got this.
Appreciate the vote of confidence. Everybody else doesn't seem to think so highly, but
I don't listen to them.
yeah. We'll find you some of the fight, don't worry. Maybe there's like a runner-up.
Okay.
Plus,
fight
I mean,
you afterwards.
like, look at it this way. If I can beat him, that means it really wouldn't be that fun for you because you'd kick my ass. So,
Important to note, Liberty Bell says jump down with a Black Widow landing.
it's not very far. But sure.
You don't need, it doesn't matter. You just Black Widow landing wherever. You could just jump down a step and Black Widow landing. That's the point.
Hopefully not the last landing she took.
Oh.
Oh god,
Oh
bro,
my
no.
God. How could you?
Ban Jones from the Skype chat.
Wait, if we throw Gandalin into this pit, do we get an Infinity Stone?
I'm sorry, little one.
I'm pretty sure I'll survive the fall, so I mean, go ahead. If it gets us something, like...
I
We'll
thought we
throw
had
you until you
disintegrate.
fucking
Damn.
die.
I thought we had to sacrifice something we loved.
Oh!
Oh.
All right.
Yes!
With
I'll
that,
just leave. Shit.
we are gonna
That's
hop
fucked up.
right into this. You see this orc who is standing right behind him. He steps up to the edge of the ring. I'll give you one more chance to reconsider.
Why?
Very well. Takes off a jacket where you see just rows of daggers below him. Buckles up his rapier to his side. Sort of half leather vest going on. Finely made. Sort of cracks his neck. Orc puts a hand on his shoulder for a minute.
That's a lot of buffs. Alright.
Talks to him, says some words. Sort of looks back over at you.
I look bored.
You look bored. Make a
Yep.
strength saving throw.
Oh shit. It's fucking yeeting my ass. Ah. That actually I'm proficient at these, I think.
You are as a monk, yeah.
As
Wait,
weird
is he
as
trying
that-
to be slick? Is he doing slick magic on Gandawan?
Probably so. That's a 15, so I'm sure that fails.
15. Gandoin, you feel a shove at your
Woo!
back. Actually, I need to see if that's a success or not.
I can do some slick magic too.
If you just try to push me into the pit, I'll just go with it, and I'll just like
Do
tumble
a
it.
flip!
Yeah, I'll
Man,
just
I
like
didn't- I didn't get to
acrobatics
talk
my
to
way
ya.
into.
Oh, no.
If he's trying to push me, I'll just acrobatics my way into the pit.
Yeah.
It is a push. I can't find the guy's DC at the moment. It's fine. You feel a shove into your back and easily enough, not even gonna go ahead and roll an acrobatics check for me.
Okay. Oof. It teetered on an 18,
Uh-oh.
but that's an 11.
All right. Not the smoothest landing. As you
Oof.
feel something shove into your back, you are now in the pit.
Well, since I couldn't talk to him, I'm just gonna yell down at him. Gandalf,
Yeah.
you may be a triumvirate of House Thrask, but remember, he's just a man.
House
And you're a
Tarask.
machine. You're a machine. No pain. No pain. And,
What?
inspiration.
What?
All right. You have inspiration for the next minute.
All right.
You see one last spell get cast on him, and he jumps down into the pit. Ganwin, roll initiative.
All right. Not good. 14.
All right. He will be going first.
All right.
Immediately raises a hand, or I'm sorry, it's his right arm. Raises his right arm up into the air, and just sort of like leans over to you, and you see the mark on his arm light up, and you feel something just sort of hold on to you. No damage or anything, but you feel something just sort of grasp onto you, like it's just sort of oppressing you. And then
Okay.
with that, you see with pretty inhuman speed, he's just gonna run right at you. He's gonna try to make this quick. You see him without struggling on any of this, which would be difficult terrain for anyone, just sort of across the top of it.
Oh, could be. Yeah, he also got freedom of movement.
He is gonna take some no, I'll say someone has the spell. I think our team has the spell. It's water walk on him currently.
Ah. Okay. Oh, this is water. Watery-ish.
Watery-ish.
You-
Water
you
adjacent.
bypass difficult terrain anyway, so you're good.
Yeah.
Yep. Okay. As he does, he flourishes up this rapier and just swings it down at you, bringing it across your chest. That is a 19 to hit.
That is on the nose. since
All right.
I haven't gone yet.
Jonesy's like, I rolled a 4.
That would be very concerning.
Okay. Hmm. One second. His hunter's mark is 1d6, correct?
Yes.
Take 50 points of slashing damage. As
50 or 15?
50, 5-0.
Okay.
Huh?
All right.
As he steps up to you, feigns like he's going for an attack against your thigh, and as you go to move your chest,
Woo!
you look up and meet his eyes, and he
Hey.
drags his rapier across your chest.
Oh, shit.
Maybe Death Ward was a pretty good idea.
Quite possibly.
And now he's going to take his hasted attack.
Wonderful.
Oh, I don't need that for that. With a 26 to hit.
Yeah, that'll hit. Woo! That man's a ranger, rogue, or a rogue. He has a mark. Yeah,
Yeah, he might have used his mark to cast it.
I believe so.
For a 1 on the die for 6 points of slashing damage.
That's much better, but still very ow. All right.
I'll give you another shot. You can just call it here.
No.
There'd be no need. It'd be a shame to end it so quickly, though, wouldn't it?
Absolutely. I couldn't agree more. And I'm just gonna flick out one of the kukri just with one hand out of my jacket and go for a couple of attacks.
All right, roll it.
All right, attack numero uno. That's only 17. I assume misses.
17 would hit. He is going to parry it.
Ping.
Well,
Okay.
he's going. I say parry. That's not what the ability's called. He uses his reaction to like knock the kukri away.
All right, immediately come back in for a second. Slash with it.
Okay.
Kind of like trying to duck around underneath him and like bring it up along his side, like up under his armpit and shit.
All right.
That one's a 26.
20. I need to see something real quick.
If it's the parry ability, it doesn't persist.
It's not the parry ability.
Gotcha.
It's something else. Okay, for that attack. So yeah. 26 will hit.
Fantastic. So that's okay. And because I feel like my time here is limited, I'm gonna make that a deft strike.
Very well. He is going to uncanny dodge.
Okay, sure. Also want to make him. I want him to make a Constitution saving throw.
Very well. Is a 17.
6. Oh yeah, that fucking makes it. 11. And I'm blanking on my flat damage right now. 19 points of slashing damage
All right.
with the kukri hit that does connect.
Half down to 9.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh boy, I have a decision to make here because I can't take another hit. But I don't know if I can make him not.
Would me
No,
healing him mid-round be against the
Pretty sure. Pretty sure it would be.
Do you think,
fuck it.
unless you hop down into that ring, Koshik, which you could do if you wanted to, that any spell going into that would disqualify Gandalin?
I will,
then would have to fight?
If you hop in, you are allowed to start fighting.
Mhm.
You do see
Well-
the orc just sort of standing there watching the fight, sort of half-cocked smile, looks across the ring, just watches the rest of you.
Alright. So I'm gonna spend another key point in Flurry of Blows.
Okay.
Why not? Actually, why not? I gotta make hits where I can get them. I'm gonna be spending Bardic Inspiration that I believe I got.
Yep.
That will not make a difference. It's only a 15.
15 doesn't hit,
That
unfortunately.
misses. Second unarmed strike. Just trying to get him like in the kidneys.
Right.
Nope, misses. 15 again.
Ganduin, what the fuck?
And I would have like been as I came around trying to come for the kukri, like with the only hit I had that connected, I was like stepping underneath him and getting into that little corner.
Gotcha. You step around, moving around to the side, Ganduin.
Yep.
You duck under him, and just the pain of the slice across your chest that he's left leaves you just this searing sensation, and
Not
just
shocking.
your
Yep. Woo!
your moves are just not connecting as he's just sort of dodging. The half-cocked smile just never leaving his face as he's just moving, and the one connect you get sort of bringing up some leather braces and digging into his forearm.
Perfect. I'm doing my best to keep just kind of probably a little woozy from blood loss, but return as much of a smirk as I can.
Gotcha. Very well. Is there anything that the group is doing?
We're not allowed to do anything, so just kind of watching it happen.
Yep.
Do your best, Ganduin.
Working on it.
Seeing,
So that's inspiration again, because that's just vocally.
That's
Do your
about to
best.
be wasted inspiration, my boy.
It's okay.
seeing
not
as
magical.
I can't get a good view from where I'll have the kestrel kind of flit around so I can watch through it on the other side.
Yeah.
Trying to really learn as much as I can about this dude and his capabilities specifically.
It seems like he is a fighter, not a D&D fighter, but he is a fighter through and through. This sort of just speed that he's moving with is elegant and trained. It is like he is one with his rapier right now.
I guess more accurately what I was intending to say was like,
Yeah.
in Milo's knowledge is all arcane and magical research stuff, so trying to see what effects he has at his disposal. Be like, yes, that's clearly that spell or that enchantment, so on and so forth.
You have haste. You know he is hasted currently. You know, Artyom knows he has Water Walk cast on him currently, and no one here has Hunter's Mark, but with a basic Arcana's check, you would know that's probably what that. I would say with a 27, you would know that a Dragon Mark of House Zarash'ak allows them to cast that.
I have Hunter's Mark.
There you go, and Gorham would know too. Gorham, you saw his tattoo just sort of flare up his arm. You're like, I know what that is. This is about to go a direction.
A direction.
Correct. Very well.
That direction is south.
Oh yeah.
Deep south.
There were one of two ways when he was describing how this dude was suited up, and I was like, one of those goes okay for me, the other one not so much.
I think we know which one it is.
Oh yeah.
I need you to make an insight check, Ganduin.
Sure.
Ooh, yikes.
Only a 17.
Oh my god. Okay.
That's not reassuring at all.
I just saw the bonus and it was so good. So even with a 4, that brings it to an 18 total.
Wow.
Correct.
That beats my insight check.
You have disadvantage on attack rolls against targets, and you cannot make attack of opportunity against targets other than him for a minute, but it doesn't matter all that much.
Sure.
As he sort of feints and flourishes around you and is just going to I need you to make an athletics or an acrobatics check, your choice. He is not
Maybe I'll go athletics, yeah.
He is not trying to grapple you.
Okay. Noted. So
I should be rolling in D&D Beyond.
I'm gonna go ahead and use my other inspiration die.
Yep.
That is gonna come out to 18, 21 from a 3.
Nice.
1, holy shit, that's crazy.
I rolled a 9 on the D10, so
Nice.
I kind of saved my bacon.
Okay, well,
maybe not.
athletics isn't good, but he was going to try to add insult to injury and tries to push you. But he rolled a natural 20 plus 1, which is 21. So sort of canceling each other out. He pushes you a little bit, you catch yourself.
How woo.
How wooed.
How woo.
Is that push a crit?
The critical shove.
10 feet back.
Let's see here.
God damn, there's a fucking real life brawl going on. Wyatt's background.
That is going to be his turn. He says
Wow.
to you, after just shoving you a little bit, says, "Oh, come on,
Woo.
come on,
What?
down for the
Go-
count
what?
here. Just call it."
Why would I
Here.
do that?
And he brings out a little handkerchief and like holds it out to you. He says, "Just wave the flag. They'll know what it means."
That's stupid. I came here to fight you. I'm gonna take attacks at him.
Go for it. This will be at disadvantage.
At disadvantage. Oh boy. All right. So this is gonna try to actually. You know what? I know he's a rogue, but Gandalf doesn't know he's a rogue. So instead, I'm gonna pull the other kukri out, and I'm gonna like go for a feint to the right, and then kind of as I come up and like I'm gonna come over and come out and attack at him, I'm gonna fling him up in the air and basically try to turn the area around me into a blender.
All right.
I'm
Go
gonna
ahead.
make a dexterity saving throw.
Go ahead and roll. Since you're fainting, go ahead and roll a deception check for me. I'm gonna roll it
Sure.
against his insight.
I'm real good at those. Is that also at disadvantage?
Not the feint. No, no.
Okay. All right.
I got a 14.
13.
Oh, I got a 14. Okay, I was gonna give you a bonus to the dex check, but he will make a dex check now, which is a 24.
I'm assuming he has evasion.
He does.
Yeah, so
let
I'm
me
not gonna bother
check. I just
rolling my
want to.
dice.
I'll make sure. Yes, he does.
Yep. No damage, but it looks cool.
As you turn this area into a blender, he just sort of caught off guard by what the fuck is happening, because 15 feet in all direction, he sort of takes a backflip out of this sort of out of this area, and just sort of goes off in this direction, flipping out of this blender that you've created. You dent the shit up out of this tree, like chopping large chunks out of the tree around you, and you hear Archie's voice just in the distance as you're done flourishing, and you bring the kukri back in. He goes, "Hey, I said don't chop down the tree," from across the
fine.
bar.
It's okay. I am. Yep. I'm then just gonna look at him like, what? Why are you running away? And then I'm just gonna settle back into a patient defense.
Okay. He is. Oh, that's let's see, your turn, end of round. Is there anything the party would like to do?
Yeah, I'm not gonna.
You can do it! Inspiration!
Ain't trying to get my boy disqualified, so.
I will happily take that D10.
Ooh, Milo will try and see how the crowd is reacting to the fight.
Make me an insight check on the crowd.
Probably not great. I'm getting my ass kicked.
Sometimes that's enough, you know?
It'd be a 14.
You're looking around. A lot of them seem excited just to see the champ in the ring. And some of them, as soon as Gainwin takes that first big blow across the chest, you get a lot of, ooh, yeah, that makes sense. And that's about it. You do see. Go ahead.
Go ahead. I was gonna say any cool reactions, like, oh, that was neat when he did the little whirlwind thing, even though it didn't land.
Yeah, like tons of them as everybody goes, Oh, and just kind of ultimately disappointed that it didn't do anything, but it was pretty spectacular. I'll say even with a 14 though, you look over at the 2 Gashkala members that were pointed out to you, and they don't seem to have much interest in the fight. They're just sort of sitting there eating.
God damn Archie.
I
Yep. All right. That was a neat trick. I do give that to you.
That's the first time I've gotten to do it. That's pretty cool.
Well, one more chance.
Nimble bastard, don't. Oh, fuck no. I'm A-okay. I just sit there with Kukri, like, just waiting for him to come.
Very well. And you see him, like, ballerina twinkle toe across the water, like slide across to you like a dance move, and takes the rapier and just sort of flourishes it up, and he's gonna make an attack
Which is
Slide
at
to the
disadvantage.
at disadvantage.
Which means he doesn't get sneak attack.
Correct.
Slide to the right. Crisscross.
Well, that's a natural
That
1 on the
shit.
first one.
Fantastic.
So that's gonna miss. He is gonna take his second attack. Disadvantage.
Shot real smooth.
19. So 19 for the second attack.
19. I didn't make any unarmed attacks, it does it?
You made them, you just didn't hit them, right? No, you didn't. You
It
used
only,
your...
I didn't on that last round.
That's right.
My AC is still 19.
Gotcha.
I was looking for the disadvantage to shit, save my ass there.
That is going to be 12 points of slashing damage.
Okay. All right. Oh. I'm
And-
still standing.
As he sort of twirls it across, and like you dodge out of the way of the first one, but still just in the spin of this like ballerina type, like he's taken ballet before, comes and swipes down once more across the bottom of your knees, and you go to hold them instinctively, and you're met as his hand reaches in front of your face once more with a white cloth.
That would kind of ruin the point of provoking you, wouldn't it? And I'm gonna turn around and make 2 attacks.
Go ahead.
Okay. Attack numero uno. Yeet. Well, that's a 27.
All right. Yeah, 27 hits. 27 will hit.
Fantastic. I'm gonna make that another death strike.
Okay. Go for it. I froze and my map disappeared, so give me a minute while it attempts to
Oh,
reconnect.
no.
Okay, there we are. We're back. No problems. We're awesome. Professional.
He needs to make a con save.
Oh, is that what you said? Con save?
Yeah, I was. I'm gonna Sonic strike as well.
It is 12 plus 2 for a 14.
A +2 for a 14. Just makes it.
Oh no!
Yeah,
Fuck
my
your
DC is
wisdom.
exactly 14.
Fuck your
Dog,
wisdom.
I don't know what
son.
you want me to say. I don't know what you want me to do.
Didn't you have inspiration or something?
That doesn't do anything to him.
Are you sure?
I am positive, yes. I wish. Okay, so he does not get stunned. He does take 13 more points of slashing damage.
Okay.
I'm okay. I'm just gonna see how long I can drag this out. And so that was just like kind of slash coming across his chest as I went down, and I'm just gonna try to come up for an uppercut.
All right.
Strike.
Go for it.
I'm gonna add inspiration to that. 23.
Give me 2 seconds. I have to look, or I'm pretty sure haste adds +2 to AC, correct? It does.
Correct.
All right.
He's gonna parry my fist.
He is. He is going to use his reaction to knock your fist off to the side.
All right. And then kind of bring myself back up from where, since I think you said he's now kind of behind me, I'm gonna bring myself back around to him, and I'm gonna take another patient defense.
Okay.
It's like, oh yeah, this is a lot of fun, huh?
You know, You do have Moxie. I'll give that to you.
I'm not sure what that means.
That's not surprising.
Eh.
And he's gonna take attacks at disadvantage at you.
Mm-hmm.
14 on the first.
Miss. Thank God.
And a 17 on the second.
Also misses. Thank Jesus.
Disadvantage is doing right. It says, all right. You're now just extending this out past what it needs to be.
I don't know what you're talking about. I just got warmed up.
Very well. He sort of brings back his rapier and puts one hand behind his back. Come on then.
Come in and I get back on the team fire once again. My shit is going fucky. All right. Attack number uno. Yay. That's a 24.
It's already come back to the round. I would say, is there anything that anybody is doing in this time?
Inspiration.
Okay. You have inspiration refreshed. Milo, what were you saying?
Going to put out to Kashik and Crowley. I'll put it out over the whole network. Just
those big shots don't seem to be interested in the fight. We need something flashier.
I'll say I think there may be a bit of a misreading on the situation. They're not big shots. They're members of the Gosh Kala Druid. They just don't seem to have interest in the fights in general.
the ones that the fights in general, not just this one.
They just don't give a shit. Archie led us astray.
Yeah.
If I technically got that inspiration before my turn,
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm assuming I just slippery bastard. I'm just gonna add it on there.
Yeah, go for it.
That brings it up from a 24 to a 34.
That will definitely hit.
Can I get a quick clarification on something while he's rolling?
Sure. What's up?
If one of us were to jump into the ring to fight, who would we be fighting? The orc?
It seems that way.
And if we did jump into the ring to fight the orc, would it still disqualify Gandalf to be healed?
No, if you're in the ring, you could heal Gandalf.
It's a tag team. Okay.
Correct. Well,
I didn't know we could opt in.
Well,
I said that like 2 rounds ago, as soon as Gandalf got slapped.
Yeah, honestly, I thought you guys were just wanting to see Gandalf get beat and then like jump in there last second.
Just letting this man handle
I'm
his
vibing.
The one reason I haven't jumped in yet is because I'm pretty sure Gandalf doesn't want me to, so I am going to send a group text specifically for Gandalf to tell him that if at any time he wants my assistance, I'm pretty sure I can handle if at any time you want my assistance, Gandalf, I'm pretty sure I can handle the orc, and I can heal you, so you can keep fighting. Just let me know, okay? I'll jump in.
What? I thought he said there was a 1v1. That's all I can get out while I'm making my turn. He takes 11 points of slashing damage from the kukri. And for my second attack, I'm gonna once again kind of go to feint like I'm going, like I'm taking a step back and like I'm gonna be going for like a punch, and then I'm just gonna lash out a foot and try to like kick him in the knee.
Okay.
Just like stomp kick him in the knee.
All right, go and roll your attack.
That's a 19.
He will use his reaction to deflect it. As you go and make your kick, and he just takes his sword, sticks it in like your bootlace, and just like twists it around.
Hey! Don't fuck up my boots. I'm
You, my friend, are about to have a little bit more of trouble than just your boots.
I'm having a good time. I'm just use my last key point of patient defense.
All right.
Oops.
Ending Gandalf's turn, party's turn, inspiration. I assume anything else.
Boy.
Take that inspiration, Nessie.
Are there other people, like multiple people, that look like they would jump in on his side if other people hopped in?
Well, it looks like it's made for 2v2. There's just the orc there
gotcha.
right now. Yeah.
Gotcha.
So if someone were to hop in, it would be one other person. You don't know what would happen if more than that jump in. All right.
Just waiting for your word, Gandalf. Just tell me what you say.
I'm very confused right now because this dude specifically said a 1v1, so I'm not aware of the 2v2 possibility.
It just looks
Well, I
like
just
the
made you
orc is
aware of
there.
it,
Like it's not out of the realm of possibility that someone sees their friend getting their ass kicked and jumps in, right? So it looks like this orc is at least aware of that happening in the past. But attacks at you at disadvantage.
Disadvantage.
That's gonna miss. That's a natural 2 and a natural 20. So good thing for the disadvantage.
Thank Jesus. 2 natural 20s. Why not?
There's a 19 and an 18 for 2 more misses. As he reaches out to you, says, "You're just dragging this out. It's getting annoying.
I don't know, I'm pretty sure you're the one dragging this out.
I would
keep
like-
missing.
I would like to get back to my ale, please." That's it.
Shrug at it.
Okay. It's now your turn.
Oh man. Woo! I'm now out of key. So, about all I can do is come in for just one kukri up and another across.
Okay. Go ahead.
Attack number 1. 27.
27 definitely hits.
7. 15 points of slashing damage on the first attack.
Ooh. That's a good hit.
See, I've hit him a few times. Does this seem at all bothered?
He doesn't look bloodied.
I didn't think so. Okay. Yep. All right. Attack number 2. That's a 29.
29 will also hit.
Well worth a shit.
He will uncanny
Jesus.
dodge this one after taking that big hit from last one.
Bitch. 5. That one's only 13 halved.
13 halved to 7.
And then because there's nothing
That's
else
not
to
how
do with my
numbers
bonus
work.
action now, I'm just gonna come up try to like knee him in the ribs.
Go for it.
That one's a 25.
The 20. Yeah. No, that hits.
That hits. Thank
Yeah.
Jesus. I'm about to say if this dude fucking parries a 25, I don't know what to do. For only 6 points of bludgeoning damage, just kind of trying to get in there.
Couple of kukri strikes, couple in the knee up into the solar plexus. You sort of meet his eyes as you've like uppercut him in the stomach. Says, "All right,"
Oh, there we
and
go.
he sort of flips his rapier around to the
Oh,
pommel
shit.
of it, and he says, "Enough," and he's gonna just try to bring it up onto your chin.
Oh, God. Doesn't have disadvantage anymore.
For a 26.
Yeah, 26. KO. I have 3 HP, so there's no coming out of that.
Right.
Actually,
You got
technically,
one HP.
Death Ward would kick in immediately, so I would like
Correct.
start to do. Whoa!
Does it say it affects any other effects? Like, does he go prone and unconscious first, or does he just instead drop to 1 HP?
No, he just instead drops to 1 HP.
Okay. All right. So
Brief flicker of unconsciousness, and then no. Ow!
as he brings up the pommel of this rapier, hits you in the chin, surely should have KO'd you. You stumble back a little bit, ears ringing. He just sort of gets the briefest moment of you looking at him, like this confused look on his face. He goes, "Oh, just
fine.
fall all down."
You first.
That's his turn.
Jesus Christ.
Okay.
Woo.
So on you.
Alrighty. Ow. Yeah, don't worry, guys. HP is okay.
Let me in. It's the Eric Andre meme. Let me in. Let me
Y'all
in.
individuals. Okay, we'll make your own decisions. It's gonna make three more attacks because there's nothing else gonna do in the bonus section.
All right.
So,
Here I come.
yeet. Oof. I don't think an 18 is gonna do it, huh, Chief? Oh
It
wait,
does
actually,
not.
I still have my inspiration because I got another one.
Yeah.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Why not? This is only gonna be 22.
22. Parries it off to the side.
Yep. Attack number dose. 16 misses.
16 misses. And your bonus action attack?
Unarmed strike. Yeet. 24.
24 hits?
Since he already parried the other one, I assume.
Correct.
That's for 10 points of bludgeoning damage. So just like ping, miss, and there's elbow like right into the side of his jaw, right off the back of a miss.
You know, when he's sort of parrying off, but when he does parry, your last attack spins you around and gives you some extra momentum for an elbow to just come across his jaw, and you see blood out the side of his mouth.
Oh, there we go. Now we're both having a good time. Mm. Coughs.
Enough
Coughs
of this,
blood.
and comes in for the finish.
Yeah. I imagine so.
There's a 29 to hit.
Oh yeah, I think that'll do it. And I don't get a death word for this. Was that 0?
Portent.
Again, when sort of the last thing that you see is him wiping his mouth, looking up at you. It says, "You've had 2 rounds. Good job, friend." Comes around and
Oh shit.
punches you in the mouth.
Ow.
That's funny.
Silence around the bar for a moment. As the crowd erupts into applause.
I fully expect when I return to consciousness for y'all to have chatted up those Gosh Kala. Like, I drug that out as long as I could. I'm sure we got all the information we needed.
Womp
Yep.
womp.
Crow is just leaning over, looking down at Gandalf, like,
You see a couple of these half orcs around jump down in there, grab Ganoin's shoulders, bring him up, sort of plop him at your feet on the edge here in front of you all.
I've got him.
just push him back
And-
in. He'd want that. He says he's not done yet.
Because of my circle of mortality, I'm gonna full heal him on a, what are we looking at here? I'll say 4th level cure wounds.
Okay.
So 48 plus 5.
Holy shit.
So
4d8 or 48?
4d8.
so
37.
37. Yeah.
Yeah.
I have more HP than I did when he hit me the first time.
Oh my god, if you do the emotes while he's falling down, he quickly stands up to do it and then immediately goes back down. Oh, except for the surprise. Sorry, the tail spire is funny. All right, there we go.
God, when you healed, get back in there.
You see at this point,
Oh,
the,
shit.
the,
What?
the cheering
I mean,
goes
is he-
around.
Is that loud?
You see Dark on the other side climbing out and getting out of the ring. Throws back on his he seems to have a moment where he has to like hold the railing.
As he's climbing out, can I use Mage Hand to pull his foot down and make him fall back?
Make a sleight of hand check.
Oh wait, no.
Yeah, funny.
Pashik, why are you like this?
You know why I'm like this. What's a sleight of hand? Oh, I got a +2. Okay. Okay. Oh, okay. So maybe not so much. I rolled a 7, so it's a 10.
Gotcha.
That's a 9.
Yeah, that's what I said.
Kaushik, you cast the spell, and as he's sort of getting up, you see your mage hand grab onto his ankle or where his pants go and pull down a little bit. He looks down, looks up at you, pulls his foot up, sort of brings his leather jacket, just sort of steadily smiling at you, gives you a wink and blows you a kiss and turns around back to his table.
Just fixing his sock.
Well, Melgrim, I'd say it's worth fighting. Knock yourself out.
Yeah,
All right.
Bron.
What?
Yep.
Yeah. A little surprising, but What can you do? Okay, so we got the Gush Claw guys. They ready to talk? Oh,
Yeah, I'm moving over there now. Get this man another drink.
Archie sets a beer up onto the table, slides it to you, says,
thank you.
lasted longer than the last guy did. Gotta give that one to you. That one's on the
Wonderful,
house.
See, free drinks. Exactly why you do these kind of things. I'm fucking down the whole bitch.
I want to go over to the table where the champion guy is once he gets back there.
Sure.
And I want to buy he and his lady friend a round of drinks.
Okay. You can get a couple of ales.
And I want to
from-
poison him. I'm just kidding. I'm not going to do that.
That's gonna be some
Why do
rolls.
we have to make enemies everywhere we go?
I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to buy him the drinks.
Okay, you buy him some ales. You bring him over there. He's got a couple of what look like half-orc bodyguards standing around. Half-orc and orcish bodyguards, sort of standing there. Sort of look at you, and you hear Dark's voice just from behind them. Let it through. It was a good attempt, doll, on the trip. A little bit quicker than that.
All in good fun. And I'm just going to set the drinks on the table. Good
Your
round?
friend isn't so bad.
Yeah.
The rest of you can take a punch like he can. We could use someone like you.
For what?
For what? You know who we are. Did you? That explains everything. That explains exactly why your friend was so eager to get his ass whipped.
Goddamn.
Hold on.
Goddamn is in character. I was kidding.
My lady, I am Dark Dividaran. Member of the Triumph. Do what?
I said Doug Dimmadome.
I am Dark Doug Dimmadome.
I am Dark Doug Dimmadome, owner of the Dimsdale Dark Dumb Dimmadome. Go ahead, sorry.
Member of and Triumvirate of House Zarash'ak. We're a group of, well, with me and my associates, I would say we're some of the most formidable mercenaries, sell swords, and bounty hunters there are on Corvair. Oh, I lost connection.
Oh,
Unfortunate. I'm gonna close I'm gonna close Tailspire and switch this back over because I think that's what's doing it. But we may hop back over if anything needs to happen.
All right.
Like me.
Sorry guys, I'm pretty sure that's what's doing my disconnect. But says I don't know what the last thing you heard is.
The second thing that you listed off.
Oh, a bunch of mercenaries, sell swords, and bounty hunters. Probably the best in all of Korea. So I could use capable fighters. He lasted longer than I thought he would.
He's stubborn, if nothing else.
The rest of you can take a punch like you can.
Well,
That was a question.
some
Bob.
of us more so. I know, I was answering it. Some of us more so.
Oh. Perhaps I should extend my hospitality now that I've gotten my frustrations out. And perhaps everyone can mind their manners now. And you see he sort of looks past you and looks over towards Gandalf. If everyone can hold their tongue, that is. If not,
When he looks over towards Gandalf, I want to catch his eye being next to Gandalf and just flick him off.
So you have middle finger in. What's up?
I'm not sure that can happen quite like you do.
Rough tumble.
fair enough. Hang out with ruffians all day. It's not something I'm not used to. The uncivilized will be the uncivilized regardless of where they are.
Oh, don't like that. I wouldn't call them uncivilized, just rowdy a bit, I suppose. Anyway, I'll mention it to them, see if they're interested. We do have a few things on our plate right now, but I just wanted to say good match. Push the drinks a little closer to them. Non-poisoned drinks, might I add.
Very well. So you push them over, he takes it. raises, and as you're flicking him off, Artyom, he raises his glass to you, just sort of in a sympathetic, oh, and then takes his drink, and that's where we're gonna take our break. Thank you everyone for tuning in. We appreciate it. We'll be right back. We're gonna take a quick bio break. Hopefully, hop right back into it because we got a lot to do to catch up real quick. But thank you so much. Don't go anywhere. Drop a follow if you haven't, and we'll be back doing the same thing. Don't go anywhere. And hello everyone.
Hello.
Welcome back. We are Hard Knock Dice, and we're going to continue on our Eberron campaign here across Eberron, if you would. Though we've only gone somewhat across Corvair so far. Maybe we'll go across Eberron. But welcome back. Just a quick recap on what we did before this. Our party arrived in Zarash'ak, Swamp City, right at the delta of the mouth of the, I forget the name of the river, but right off the southern sea. On their journey to looking for a certain sect of the Gash'kala, a secluded tribe that Kortahagra sent them on a journey to, said that they could assist in the manner of keeping some stuff sealed in the Eldritch Groves. So they went there. They went to a bar called the Mud Bog, where there was a fighting pit down below, and Ganwin immediately challenging the champion, who was quickly to be found out to be the part of the triumvirate for House Zarash'ak. Ganwin putting up a decent fight against Darik Delvadaran, as he put in some good blows and dodged quite a bit of blows, hanging on for a while in a clutch death ward from Kaushik. However, unfortunately, it just wouldn't last long enough, and Dark struck not a killing blow, but close to it, as he sat Ganwin down. Kaushik has made some amends maybe for the group, and then Artyom quickly destroying them from flicking a bar across the table, as Dark has raised a glass to you all across the table. So it was somewhat of a pitied glance at the group. Sits back, sort of moves his shoulder up and down, licks a little bit of blood off his lips, and continues to drink. So, what would you guys like to do now?
Well,
I think it's time to approach those druids.
yeah, I'd like to go with Crowley after making sure Gandalf's ship shape.
Oh yeah, I'm good.
Seeing that guy, flicking him off.
Okay. Just
To
walking.
work.
I'm going as well.
To-
I'm going as well.
Well, Graham's going to.
I'm staying at the bar.
I'm still at the table
Yeah.
with the dude, and before I do leave the table, I am gonna turn back to him and ask him, by chance, do you happen to know anything about the Gash'kala?
Right, the gatekeepers. Yeah, druids out and about in the world. Looks like we any sort of points his beverage over in the direction of the table that Artie did. This looks like we're graced by their presence tonight. Some of our members recruited from there. A couple of druids here and there come. Those sorts of spells come in handy for sure. But I don't know too much about the details of them. Why do you ask?
Our group is just interested in contacting them for help with a couple of issues that we're having. That's all. Nothing major.
If you're contacting the gatekeepers for something that you need help with, they do keep the gates that keep this world safe. I'm sure it is absolutely something major. That sounds something that I'd be highly interested in.
Well, I'll confer with my group and maybe we'll let you in on our issue. For now, have a good night.
I hope you do. See you around.
Yep, and I'm gonna walk back to the group who are approaching the Gash'kala now. If
Yep.
I
You see
remember.
two.
Okay.
Yep, they are. You kind of meet them halfway. These orcs are just sort of off on the corner of a table, sort of a darker corner of the bar, sitting there, finished up their meal, just sort of having a conversation back and forth. You see that they're wearing some like tribalistic type jewelry, large like black tattoos up the arms, leather armors, leather and like scale type armors, and sitting there, and some like bone and wooden piercings in their ears. And they're two male orcs, and that you walk up to the table, and both of them just kind of look at you as you approach.
My apologies for intruding upon your conversation, gentlemen. Might we have a moment of your time?
Just gives you a slight nod.
I understand you're of the Gashkala. We need to speak with more of the druids at the Zarash'ak, and perhaps any other druids in the area, including the swamp nearby. If you might be willing to help us, guide us toward this area, or at least let us know where we can go.
We are from Zarash'ak. How can we help you?
We bear a message for the head of your order from Sharn and the keepers there. With the
Sort
druid
of
order.
Look at each other. Go on.
It concerns a possible entry that, as you are keepers of the gate, from another realm that may be bordering onto ours and will appear in less than a year. And as you know, it is a full. Well, you don't know this, but it is on the scale of a full-scale invasion, and it will be requiring all possible druid sects to come and aid us in the closing or maintaining of this entrance.
Sort of looks at the whole group. Have a seat then. We need to have a conversation.
Oh yeah, probably pull up a chair.
Yeah, sit down.
Okay.
As we're getting seated, I do want to group text the squad and say, the guy Gondwan fought said that he did say he employs some of the Gashkala, right?
Yeah, he said he's
Okay. Oh,
can't.
Franklin.
He says he has recruited from the Gashkala before.
Gotcha. He said he's recruited from the Gashkala before, and he'd be interested in maybe being an ally, depending on what our issue is. If you want to let him in on that secret, but that's for
I'll piss on that lot.
the future. That's a group text.
Oh, I thought you were
can
telling
read your
him.
mind.
I thought you were telling him. Sorry.
No, I was group texting.
You can read our
Okay.
minds. Oh no.
Whoops.
For the best group text, I would rather we deal with the druids first before we still don't know what manner of man he is as a greater house.
Absolutely. Just wanted to put it out there.
Let's speak with them and see how this turns out before he turns to the druid. As I said, we've come from Sharn and the keepers there, and perhaps my friend here, and he's going to point to Artyom, as a fellow druid, might be able to better explain in some regards any questions you might have in regards to what we're dealing with, if I am not clear.
Well, we've heard the message from Sean. That's what we're doing here, gathering up some supplies and whatnot, about to head east from the court to Hagra.
Indeed. Well, we simply wish to make sure we gather every druid possible, and we heard that in the swamps they might not be so keen or able to receive the message. And we're here to persuade them as best we can to join in the aid.
It's a sister tribe in the crawling swamp who said to be hard-headed and would not come. We're there to change their mind, or here to change their mind.
You know what tribe you speak of? How many of you speak Orcish?
I do. Tongues.
I do as well.
Well, it's kind of just in passing. It's not just like a more of a reactive thing. But Gorham, you speaking? I had the Orcish translation here, but
Uh-oh.
it
Just to be
is
clear, I'm not really casting tongues. It's okay.
gotcha. Well, Gorham, you would hear him say in Orcish first. I wish I could find that because I really liked the translation of it. Sorry, guys. Give me 1 second.
Take your time.
Thank you.
Oh, this is such a long journey to be here. How's it, compare to the other regions, guys?
Don't
Is that
drink.
better?
Yeah. I just wanted to know if Artyom was gonna, squander away with you and sequester a few and take it to the ship.
He says, I know the tribe, and Gorham says Zidanak, which you would know is Orcish for the Ebon Shield.
The Ebb and Shield?
Ebon, Ebon,
Okay.
the Ebon Shield.
I don't believe I'm familiar with that Orcish tongue. What does it translate to?
The Ebon Shield.
Thank you.
Imagine not being able to speak Orc.
Yeah, imagine. I just speak with dragons. That's who I hold conversations with. Anyway, do you know anything about them that would help us in our negotiations and getting their aid, or if they would even be willing to speak with us?
That's going to be a long shot. They don't really speak to us much. We come down here, gather supplies for them and whatnot, whatever we can't get in Zarash'ak in our little sanctuary there, and bring it north. Drop it off at a location. They come back. We come back, and it's gone.
It's a long shot, but if you were to see the actual zone that we're speaking of and that you're being called to defend, then you would understand that this is a shot that must be taken indeed. If you had any trinkets or anything that would identify us as allies or friends to the Druids, then anything to make our job easier, that would be appreciated.
We don't, and we don't know as much, but maybe you can talk to Kala Zurich. He's here with us.
Was that Talazurk?
Kala, Kala, which you know
Talazurk
is a position within the Gashkala, because that was Norgog's title as well.
Okay, indeed. Where might we find your friend then?
He's here, sleeping now.
This is important, but I wouldn't wish to interrupt his slumber.
Wouldn't recommend it, especially want to keep you on a good side. But he knows more than we do.
Well, if you're going to, you'll probably see him before us, but we're willing to stay the night and speak with him in the morning, or them in the morning, whichever.
You may want to wake up early then. We have, we'll be gathering our things and heading east tomorrow.
I'm early to rise. What time do you plan on leaving?
With the sun.
Okay, well then I will certainly see you come the morning. Up above, no doubt. Yes?
Indeed.
And then Crowley's going to mind link. Anyone else have any further questions?
I'll say to the party, are we sure we want to wait until the morning? I mean, we'll probably never see this person again until we're trying to close it, or we don't close this manifest zone. I'd rather get the information and be on our way as quick as possible. Spent so much time flying back and forth on the airship. I'm eager to actually get this done.
Well, what time is it right now anyway? Is it late?
Yeah, it's getting later. Probably pushing 11 or so with the fight, and you guys getting food and finding your way over here and everything.
Well, it's late already, so we might as well take the chance to rest while we can, especially Gandalin and myself. But we will rise. Those of you early enough will rise, and then we'll make our way. I think it's best to procure what we need and head out. Unless anyone objects, of course.
We can do it.
Sounds like a good idea to me.
Yeah. Just maintaining as much speed as possible.
How do you plan on one of the orcs sort of, since you guys are sitting there in silence, sort of speaks up, says, "How do you plan on getting through the crawling swamp?"
One of two routes, either by airship drop off or, well, we don't really want to have to traverse, honestly. That's only if necessary will we traverse the lands. Though we do have a capable guide with us. Looks over to Artem.
They'll need you. I don't think you'll be spotting where they are from the air. Being honest, they stay hidden. They stay under the trees, and the mangroves out there are so thick.
Could you perhaps tell us the location where you drop off supplies then? Or, he's going to roll out a map.
He looks kind of intimidated when he sees the map. Says, "That's more. Kalazura could point it out more direct. I would hate to steer you in a bad direction."
Understood. Well,
You can give me normal directions. How far away is it from here?
Depends on how you go.
By foot, by air, doesn't matter.
From here, we're not too sure. We take our trips from Zarash'ak, which would be a couple of days. So, on foot from here, well, you could actually take some of the mud runners. They would get you there quicker. Mud runners themselves won't go into the crawling swamp, but it'll get you there quicker at the very least.
So about a day, you said?
No. It's a couple of days from Zarash'ak, so I'm using a mud runner, probably at least 3 days from here, I would assume.
How fast do these mud runners go?
Faster than most can through the swamp.
Faster than a horse in an open field?
Maybe the same speed.
Okay,
Long strides.
understandable.
well, then it seems we have everything we can for now. We will see you in the morning.
All right.
Very well.
And on table, stand up, place chair back where it came from, and make its way away.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, it seems like we'll be turning in early, says the Crowley to the chat.
Yeah.
So Crowley will be turning in early, later than usual, honestly.
Okay.
Go rent a room upstairs, I guess.
Yeah, easy enough. Charge you like 2 silver for the room, for a private room for the night. The woman behind the bar takes you 2 silver, points you to a room upstairs, lock and key. You find this oak that goes up through the entire building is also in the middle of these rooms. So you just sort of like, one of the rooms is actually behind the oak, and you have to like shimmy your way into the room, but easily enough to procure some rooms. Is there anything else anybody would like to do for the night before bedding down?
I'm gonna go back to the ship to sleep.
Okay.
Yep.
All right.
I would actually also go back to the ship.
I was getting to say Milo will because he's going to fiddle with stuff in his lab before bed.
Okay.
Gonna go ahead and forewarn you. I'm looking in the mirror again.
Gotcha.
Okay.
Well, at least you're nice and healthy this
Ooh.
time.
Yep.
I'm excited. I'm just gonna rent a room and sleep down here. I'm not gonna let Crowley here by himself. I've got nothing keeping me back on the ship, so.
Or we'll stay here as well.
Everyone will stay here as well.
All right.
Hell yeah, splitting the party, nothing could ever go wrong.
My favorite thing to do.
Very well. So the dwarves Crowley and Koshik will be staying at the Mudbog. The rest of you heading off back towards the airship. Easy enough. Not a whole lot of time spent doing that. What is Milo tinkering on?
Not actually a project per se, but just maintenance stuff. I figure you have all these fancy techno-magical bits of equipment and stuff. They're going to need some kind of at least periodic upkeep.
You go back to your lab and everything is pristine. Things have been cleaned, things have been organized, alphabetized, the whole 9 yards. As you walk in and you see like an ethereal figure there standing, holding some like plates and metal beings, looks up at you and like organizes it once more over as your rug of unseen servant has been installed into this room and is now organizing and cleaning.
Probably the cleanest and most organized he's ever seen his usually disheveled lab, and with a certain air of suspicious discomfort will set his armor up on a rack and get to the work of going over it and making sure everything's working properly.
Okay. So the rest of you bed down for the night, unless there's anything else anybody would like to do.
Yeah, I'm gonna have a quick chat with Bill, but might want to save it till after Gandolin's mirror exploits.
That's up to you.
Why?
Yeah, I'll save it till afterwards.
All right. If that is the case, then I thought I froze for a second. Gandolin,
Yeah.
head in your room. Shut and lock the door.
Yep.
Stare into the mirror.
Yep.
Takes a minute. You find yourself in that familiar mirrored walls and mirrored rooms all around.
Okay. I'm going to start traversing it again. However, differently from last time, I'm going to see if I can find any ancestors from before my parents. I don't know anything about any of them, but I will try.
Okay. Tell me how you do it.
Like I said, I'm just gonna be looking through and just, I guess muttering to myself. I'm like, okay, well, if I can find my parents, I mean, I don't know where. And kind of thinking on what Archie had said about if I could find out where the rest of my family was from, or if I could contact any of them somehow, maybe I could find out. And just kind of just thinking, I'm like, my name's really similar to my mom, so maybe like her dad or her grandpa was also named Gamble. I don't know. And I'm just like anything. I don't know. Like I'm just grasping at straws
Gotcha.
as I wander about.
Give me a persuasion check.
Oh boy. These are all the same, I believe.
You got this.
Yep.
Inspiration.
Seven.
7.
Yep.
When you're walking through, you look in a couple of the mirrors, seeing yourself reflected, and then looking past those reflections, seeing battlefields. You see places of just long death in the distance. You look back into untold amounts of history walking through here. And you see something dart from mirror to mirror over off on the opposite side.
Is it still there?
You don't see anything.
I don't
You
see
just saw
anything. I
saw the
something
movement out of the
moving.
corner of your eye.
Uh-huh. I'm going to proceed more slowly and carefully, trying to keep an active eye out for whatever that is.
Okay, make a perception check.
All right. That one's a 25.
Okay. Seems all quiet right now as your footsteps echo out into nothingness. You're looking around in these mirrors and none of them you don't seem to round that corner like you did last time. You are looking into places, and you look in and you see people, spirits, souls, whatever these things are, you're not quite sure, in different states of being. Some locked in eternal conflicts of war, some of them just sleeping. But you're looking around and none of them, that corner's never rounded. You never find that location that you're looking for. You keep an active eye out looking around. You don't see that thing anymore.
Concerning. Okay. I'm gonna look for my parents again.
Okay. More familiar connection. There's no tracing your steps in this place. There's no sense of familiarity with it. It is 1,000 mirrors in 1,000 different directions, exponentially past that as you walk through. Looking around, you're on a corner, familiar, grayed out world where you come to once more a caravan. Once more, you look across the field and you see your mother and father, foot chained to the ground, hands outstretched, but just off of touching each other's hands.
I'm gonna make my way towards my mother. For what good it's gonna do, I'm going to try to remain as incongruous as possible. Like, step as quietly as possible, like disturb as little as possible.
Okay, give me a assault check.
That I believe is a 31.
Okay.
So I will quietly as possible make my way across this field, trying to disturb as few of the other souls or whatever.
Sure.
Can get into where I'm in front of my mom, and I'm just gonna, as I guess she's starting to animate, take her outstretched hands just on her outstretched hand in both of mine as I kind of crouch down in front of her.
Okay. Slight pause as you reach down and grab her hands, sort of familiar, back to life. She breathes in, stares at your eyes, and it seems like the clouds have to clear once more. It takes time for this. And as you're sort of stepping around, waiting for this process to happen, her breathe this life in, you'll notice you look down at your boots and your own hands now. And that gray spread hasn't stopped since the last time you were here.
Okay.
At this point, it's about halfway up your forearms. And it's gone from your boots to about halfway up your calves.
Go.
Gandalf.
Yes. Hello. Keep it down. Told you I kind of have to come back. Look,
What?
we don't get to. I gotta know where to look. Who to look for? Witches is very vague.
It's a look of like sadness that you've even returned back here. Looks you over, grabs your hands, just looking you up and down, stares at your neck. Where are they?
What?
She pulls your shirt back and around and like pulls at your neck, like nearly frantically, and says, "Where are they? You had them last time."
hold up the mirror. Right there.
They're not there.
Shit.
They're not on the mirror in here.
Oh.
I'll say when you pulled out the mirror, they're on
If
the
I
mirror on
look
the
at
outside.
the mirror, I can see him. I'm probably going somewhere nasty. I want to keep him somewhere safer, just in case.
Put them back on.
What? That's not the point right now.
It is the point. Put them back on. Off behind you.
Are these the same? Is it the same people who killed you and that?
Probably not directly. It's a matter of fate.
What do you mean? Mom, please, I need something. Yes.
Your mom is petrified. Make a persuasion check for me.
I'd like to use my birthday 20 on this.
Okay.
Oh, I have to know. I need something.
You see behind your mother, in the sky, two familiar red eyes looking down on whatever this world is. She looks up and behind.
Like if she goes to look up, I'm just gonna put one of my hands out, kind of on the side of her face. I'm like, don't focus on what's scary. That doesn't matter. Not now, not for the moment. It just doesn't.
She takes you and physically turns you around and like has her hand up on, like pushing you back towards the way, almost pushing you, about to push you. She grabs onto your shoulder and your arm and she brings you in for like a half side hug. The sisters three.
These sisters three. Okay. Anything at all.
Turns back. And the daughters of Sora. And she pushes you forward. Run. As now you hear scrambling in all sort of different directions. Things crawling and pulling themselves up out of the ground. Humanoid-ish in form, but slender and points for arms, like pure white porcelain, as they pull themselves out of the dirt, twisting and cricking their necks as they just sort of pop up. What are you doing?
If there's shit that's right around here, I bought as much time as I could. I guess I'll fucking book it.
Okay. She shoves you off and you start booking it into the fogs and mists in front of you. The scene
after a few steps, realize mirror, kind of keep moving and be like, okay, go, switch.
Yelling, switch, the skittering, getting up louder behind you. You keep running and you just keep yelling this. All you see is yourself just staring back at you. And you hear just a stampede behind you. At this point, you look behind you, and the scene that you knew, that memory or whatever that place is gone. It's just fog and mist around you now, and all you hear are your own footsteps, your heart beating into your ears, and whatever it is behind you. Give me a wisdom saving throw.
Oh boy. 7.
You can't get it to work.
Shit. Is it just blank mist?
There is no sort of direction now.
Does the mist appear to be interfering with my visibility of whatever's pursuing me?
You just hear them in the fogs and mist. You can't see but more than a foot in front of you.
I guess I will keep trying to flee and try to get the fucking mirror to work. I mean, Like, if it sounds like I'm far enough ahead, I might try to like just breaking in different directions, see if I can break up my movement pattern and see if that does anything to alter their pursuit.
Okay. Make a perception check for me.
That's a natural one.
Okay. You run. You continue to run. You have something hit you in your ankle as you come across. It doesn't hurt, but something is there, and you turn and book it the other way. You're running. You're running. Make another wisdom saving throw for me.
Another fucking natural one.
You can't find your way out of here at this point, Gandalin. The gray is up to your midsection, covering almost all of you. Your arms have lost all of their color, and up to your sleeves now starting to lose their color of themselves. What do you do?
Any change to the pursuit? Sounds of pursuit. I got not really anything insofar as gas in the tank. So I literally my only option because there's no features of any kind of anything anymore. So I'll keep trying to stay in front of them and keep trying to get the mirror to work.
Keep running your fastest. Keep running your fastest. You're pretty fast. You feel that that's the only thing keeping you up right now, or keeping you above whatever this is. Give me another wisdom saving throw.
Boy. Five.
Whatever it is, Gandalin, you can't seem to pull yourself out of it. You can't seem to pull yourself out of this mirror.
All I can do is keep trying. I am gonna use a different D20 though.
Yeah, I was about to ask. Can you just grab a different die or something, please?
I'll use a different D20 if I get another saving throw. I assume once I'm all gray, that's it. At least something along those lines.
The gray continues to spread. It's about your chest area now. You continue to sprint through whatever this area is. Make a wisdom saving throw for me.
Same fucking roll. 5.
You can't seem to make it happen. You can't seem to revert back. You can't get out of here. Make another perception check for me.
16.
Okay. All right. You see glints off in the distance and off and to your left.
I will go that way.
A direction to go.
Yep.
You run, you get closer, mirrors once more all around you. Go ahead and make a wisdom saving throw.
$21.
Again, when you break off left, continue running, and you see one of the mirrors now with yourself in it, looking at it like you do see yourself in the mirror in front of you, but it's in one of the larger ones. You run at it, crash right through it. One big breathe in. Your parents' rings that are tied to it turn to molten metal and melt onto the ground in front of you.
Oh shit. No. Shit.
And with that, we're going to switch over to Milo. Milo, as you fall asleep, darkness takes you, dreaming after you get through fiddling a little bit. Some projects on your mind and how much easier it's going to be. Throughout the night, your vision goes dark. Your dreams cease. The ideas and inventions that normally persist throughout an artificer such as yourself persist throughout the night. So a lot of your ideas come from there, but it just starts to darken. Like something is putting their hand over and scraping it away. Until blackness completely envelops your vision. You blink your eyes a couple of times, and a window suspended in space,
Oh shit.
off on the other side.
Here we go.
You step over to it and you look through it and you look back. Back in time, maybe? As you look down and you see frozen like you have seen once before, your friends in combat, but without Milo present. Battling the lady in white on whatever demi-plane that was where Barathas was, where you miraculously recovered. Looking through this window, you look behind you once more, and that same table where you can't see the other side of it, table and chair presents itself to you. This time there is no invitation to the table before you hear a voice fill this entire space.
Milo. The time is coming, Milo. The time is coming to pay for the gifts you've so eagerly accepted.
Eager might be a strong word.
Everything has its price, Milo. A suit of armor for your home. A tiny goblin butler for your conscience. A mentor and a hero for a sociopath. A father for a betrayer. I don't ask such high prices, Milo. Just do as I say. When I say it. And if you don't, Milo, I'll take back those gifts.
And you watch as you hear sounds coming from the window off to your side once more, and you turn and you look through it. And you see the video again, or the images again, as your friends get struck down one by one without you there. Melgrim, Gandalin, Crowley, Artyom, Koshik, Gorham, Fall, and Stillness. And then you turn around to look back at the source of the voice again, and you see a tower-sized domino falling towards you. And then darkness.
Well,
However, everybody wakes up the next morning.
Oh, I wanted to talk to Bill before bed real quick.
That's right. Go ahead.
Yeah, I mean, going to sleep on the front of the ship as I normally do. I'll kind of. So, Bill, I'm going to have to be gone for a little while coming up here in a little bit. We might be taking another trip on the airship before leaving. We might not be. But I'm going to need you to look after Mop while I'm gone. Like, I know Irish is going to make sure he gets fed and he stays out of trouble, but he's a pretty different little guy. So you're going to have to make sure you can help him get into some trouble. Not too bad, but help him live a little.
I'm not coming with you.
It seems like it's going to be a pretty blab place where we're going.
Okay.
I mean, I guess you can come with us if you want, but it might not be a very hot place to go.
No better than I do.
I mean, I don't mean to keep you cooped up on the ship. You can make decisions for yourself.
If I'm not going with you, I'm going out and about on the town at the very least. Yeah, a little bit of swamp here on the sides. I'm going to enjoy that, but just thought we would. But you're the best. I'll take the little one around. That's no problem.
They'll get a device that'll let you go back and forth from the ship set up in some few days after we're gone, maybe, and you should be able to go and come as you please. But yeah, help the little one leave a little. He's not really keen on doing things for himself, so
All right.
yeah.
I mean, back home the swamp was dangerous. This one is different.
It's different because I'm not familiar with it, and there are people around that might not understand a talking dinosaur too well. I'm sure you can handle the situation, but I don't know this town and how hospitable they are to the situation.
Yeah, it's no problem.
It could be a pretty safe place. Just be careful.
We'll do. I'll look after the little one. That's no problem. Doesn't
Don't
know
look
what to
after him. Do the opposite. Erish will look after him. You help him be a kid.
be a kid. You mean act like I do?
No, I'm not saying you for him to act like you do. Don't get him drunk. I'm
Not true.
saying help him have fun. Do things that he wants to do. The kid only knows orders. That's all he's known his whole life. Follow orders. Show him how to swim. Show him
Yeah.
how to play a prank.
Yeah. I can do this.
You're a good friend. You can be a good friend to him too.
Go
Yes,
sleep in the swamp?
yeah, we can.
Right.
You're going to have to hold on tight though.
Do I?
Do you want to sleep in the swamp tonight?
Yeah, it's right there.
Yeah, it's a pretty big jump. Unless you just want to try and hop off the bottom. That's a pretty small door for you to fit through.
And just go down the ramp.
Okay, we can do that.
He slips
I
a little
will-
bit.
Okay.
he makes it, but he slips and he's
I'm doing like the trying when you have like an elderly relative and you don't want to have like this whole motion the whole time.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
you're trying to be relaxed about it, but you're like, oh, no, you're gonna fall.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
we'll go find somewhere where Soggy and like one of the homes.
Yeah.
At least his home. And have a nice nap.
He like curls up on some soft detritus, like just sort of curls up, lets you lay there in the comfort so you don't have to lay in the mud itself. He enjoys it, but if you didn't want to.
I'm using the wet blanket.
Okay. God damn it, you ever just make a magical item and just out of disgust wish you hadn't? All right. Curl
It's a
up.
reminder of simpler times.
All right. Is there anything else anybody would like to do for the night? Okay.
I just want to comment that after it has cooled, I don't know, but scrape whatever remains of my parents' rings, like separate it from the floor by I guess carving the wood that it is now stuck to off of it, and put them in a belt pouch.
Okay. The morning comes too. You'll wake up in your various and sundry sleeping locations on the ship or in the mud bog itself, or in the mud bog itself. But you all wake up fairly early, knowing that you have maybe a long day in front of you. So I'll say, go ahead.
I'll just leave the wet blanket on Bill's face as a joke while he's still sleeping, and I'm a blue skidoo on out of there.
Just doesn't wake up. Does not wake up. Throw it across his face, just sitting there snoring. Make your way back onto the to the docks and these wooden bridges that zigzag in between these buildings, and creak your way along back to the mud bog. Everybody else, you wake up the next day, and pretty early, since everybody's turned in kind of early. Some of you a little bit less well rested than others. Those on the ship getting together, probably finding Artyom on his way as he's sort of stepping up back onto the docks to head in. And you guys make your way back to the mud bog. The rest of you waking up in your beds there, walking downstairs, and you see the druids already awake with large packs with them sort of off in the corner. And you see a third orc there with them this morning. Sort of black tattoos raising up on his forearms and arms, going up his neck, and very similar like tribal piercings down the side. He's got this like design sort of shaved into the side of the hair that he does have, and the rest of it's sort of tied tightly back and out of his face. What'd you like to do?
Yeah, Krala's gonna, walk down, nod to the orcs, and approach the new orc. Yeah, Kalajora, I presume. The Kalajora.
Yeah, you approach this. This is who we were talking about. Kalazurik.
My apologies. It is a foreign tongue to me.
Zurich is fine.
I assume your friends have told you a little bit about what we discussed with them last night.
Not much. They did say that you were sent from the east. Hagra.
Mm-hmm. We're trying to get in touch with the Ebon Shield, as the situation that you're reporting to requires as many druids as we can muster, and we understand that they are a bit they don't really traverse much or hear much, so we were going to try and persuade them to come and aid us as well.
Indeed. At about this point, barkeep comes around with some breakfast for everyone here, just sort of like passing out coffee, and like looks over at Milo, who looks a bit worse for wear, or tired, more so, like deep socket, deep
got them circles.
Circle, yeah, dark circles under. Thank you. I couldn't think of the word circle for some reason. But those dark circles under your eyes. I wanted to say deep sockets, which is technically correct, I guess, but not what I want to say. Those dark circles under your eyes. And she kind of like pushes in like a cup towards you, and then just says, "I'll just leave this here," and sets the like pot on the table. She pushes some breakfast over to the whole party. This table's big enough to where all of you can sit there. This is true. And the Ebon Shield is not so much secretive as they are very serious about their duties, and not friendly to outsiders because of it. They protect a manifest zone to Zoriat, a gate itself leading to the plane of madness.
Well, then all the more reason we should have them aid us, because the new zone is also a plane to Zoriat. This would be part of their duties, and I feel that if this doesn't convince them, then I do not know what else will. But in hopes of convincing them to meet with us, we were hoping if you could direct us, or if you had any trinket that they might recognize us by as an ally or some such.
I can. How much it'll help you, I don't know, but I can definitely. See, he leans back and he brings off, and it's sort of like you see a necklace, a wooden like medallion carved into it. What looks to be almost a portal with several different scratch marks going across it. It's very rough in make, but very purposeful in its design. Like this swirling design, but it says, scoots it across the table to the party in general, just scoots it across. This is all I have.
Crow will reach for it. We appreciate any help you can give, and we will be sure to return this to you when we next meet. Of course.
Right. I do think it is worth mentioning, saying that we bring supplies to them. Don't try to interact. Just drop them off. Trades goods here and there, because they do live deep in the swamp. This music's too happy for the conversation.
Do you have any more refined of the location of where they might be in the swamp, or at least how deep they might be in the swamp, or if they are nomadic in nature?
Not nomadic. They stay around. They stay around the same area. Do you have a map?
Yes, and Crowley's going to pull out his map as before.
And to no one's surprise, he points at nearly the middle of the crawling swamp, in the depths of it. If you're looking on the map of it, it is practically under the letters of the crawling swamp. He points out this area. He says, this is where they are. We drop it off miles outside. If we don't approach this area, they aggressively defend their territory.
So it would be best to go near the supply area. Please continue, Artyom.
Right, I understand, and I appreciate you telling us any information about them that you can. Just also understand that this is not the... We are trying to do this as diplomatically as possible, but it is not a situation that is to be refused, if you understand my meaning.
I'm not sure that I do.
They're coming to help, one way or another.
Or
we'll have to drag them there by their ears, so to speak.
What they do there is important.
I understand. And maybe we can help them so that they can help us. And I wish it to be that situation.
I'll be interested to hear from you, as our last supply drop was not received.
What do you mean? We left it there, or?
We went to leave a message, begging them one last time to come east with us. Normal supply drop. Supply is still there.
How long ago was this?
No more than a week.
And how often do you have the supply drops?
A little over a month, when we can really spare the resources.
So about monthly supply drops, and when you went there last week, the previous supply drop was still around?
Correct.
We'll, of course, check the supply again, but if we see that it seems that they are in need of aid, we will move further into the swamp. It seems we will have to at that point. And if we meet no resistance, then that will just clarify that there are indeed further issues in the swamp. We will, he's going to look around, Koshik. We will have someone message you depending on what we discover, and we will keep in contact. It is important that you know and you let Tonahagra know what is going on as well.
We will do this. We're leaving today, so...
As are we.
We will see her shortly.
I wish you the best of luck, and
They'll be in touch.
indeed.
Travel safely.
You as well.
Thank you.
This is not looking very good.
Rather
Um,
ominous.
Indeed, if there is any distraction or any reason they're not picking up their supplies, I would wager upon learning that they protect another zone against Zoriat, that there must be something going on involving Zoriat there. This, of course, that is just the darkest thought in my mind at the moment. We can hope that there is some other mildling matter that way.
If that is the
I-
case, we should move with the utmost haste.
Agreed.
Well, let us move.
We should probably have the airship drop us off at this place where they have the supplies yet on the map, and then they can go back to town. We can meet up with them another time.
Let us collect some mud runners that they spoke of. I want to be able to traverse the swamp quickly.
Didn't he say the mud runners wouldn't go through the crawling swamp?
Right.
They won't go through the crawling swamp. You guys, it'll be difficult to locate. I'll say this: you guys can do that for sure, and he can drop you off miles out where he said sort of where the supply drops are, so you can go on foot from there. You guys can fly over, try to locate the tribe or wherever the tribe might be by air. You guys can take the mud runners, which won't go into the crawling swamp, but will take you directly to it. But if you do take the airship, that Nilbo, that will delay the installation of any sort of teleportation rings or turrets or anything like that. So your choice on what you want to do.
My intention was, if I understand this correctly, is the mud runners will at least cut down some time. But how much time was the traverse till we hit that certain part of the swamp?
It was 3 days, right?
Yeah, one of the orcs guessed 3 days.
With mud runners or without mud runners?
Without mud runners, on foot.
Oh.
Okay, so with mud runners.
You kind of look at it. Give me a survival check, our team.
Can I make also a survival check just for giggles?
Sure.
24.
With the 24, you think mud runners will cut that time down by about a third, so maybe 24 hours.
Okay.
Don't we have those like wind boards or whatever on the ship? Could we not use those? I'm not sure how
do
they work.
slowly sink, don't they?
Yeah, isn't that for going
okay.
down?
Right.
I wasn't sure if we could like launch off the airship.
You
and
could.
just glide across.
Right, we could, but then we'd have to carry them through the swamp.
Good point.
This is
okay,
true.
Yeah, not very fun.
Right. No.
They are fairly light, but they are also like bulky, like in size.
And how long would it take in the airship if we decided to just delay installation of these things?
That throws it up into the air. You think it'll take about half a day, maybe half the time that a mud runner with a 24, I'll say this, you can just continuing off that roll, we'll break it down to about half a day. The trade-off with that being that you then have to locate where any sort of supply run is.
Okay. I mean, could the ship just drop us off at the edge of the creeping swamp and let us do our business from there?
It
We're
can.
gonna have to go in one way or another.
Yeah.
Okay. Does that seem like we'll just be dropped off at the edge, find the supply drop, and if we can't find it, we just push on in from there? Does that sound good to everyone?
The supply
look-
drop is outside of the crawling swamp, is it not?
I thought that was on the edge.
No, it was. I understood it to be
Oh, okay.
3 days out, right? By walking.
By walking from Zarash'ak, it's about 3 days to the like the edge of the swamp. Yeah.
Right. And the edge of the swamp is where the supply drops at?
Correct.
Okay.
So it's right on the edge. Okay.
Cool. Well, then we can just get dropped off. Did we happen to buy a flare gun? Like, where are we gonna keep? We're just gonna leave the
What?
vessel. It's in Sharn. It's a popular thing.
I think they have a spell for that. I'm not sure though.
Yeah,
We
but
can figure it out.
it's fine. Will we have the vessel return here, and we'll just come back here, or have it waiting on the edge up in the air?
We should leave immediately, and we can just drop down. We'll get there around midday, I guess, maybe a little bit after, and can try to find a supply drop before nightfall. Sound good to everyone?
Sounds excellent.
Good to me.
I
We find the supply drop, if wherever they are is within about 3 miles of that supply drop, I might be able to help us guide us there.
Yeah.
I might be able to find their village.
Both you and Artyom will be of great help in this.
I want 3 miles. That's an oddly specific radius.
Yeah, I wonder-
I wonder if we might have a
wonder what
similar
that
spell
could be.
prepared.
Yeah. We need to just
Oh.
put them on opposite sides of the
it's-
swamp. Like
It's
hey,
certainly
guys.
not prepared. I can do it as a ritual. now.
yeah.
Excellent. Well, push plate away. Let's go.
And so Nilbo will just go elsewhere and I guess start work on the installation of stuff.
I understood he could do it in the air, or does he need to be?
No, he needs to be grounded to do it.
Well, I thought for the teleportation thing, though, not the.
We got part of it on the inside done. The underside needs to get put on.
Well, yeah, we can simply fly back if we need to. That might be easier.
Regardless, we can, if whatever the situation is, we might be able to direct Nilbo to pick us up directly from the crawling swamp afterwards. So we'll just send him a message when we're ready for further information.
Sounds good. Let's go.
Alright.
So go let Nilbo, we're sailing off. Delay his installations by a day.
Okay. You go to the docks. Nilbo is there actually, and you see him like dragging some stuff off the ship and like putting it on the docks, moving stuff around and like moving it out onto the docks, getting ready to install stuff. He's like brought the airship closer over now and sort of added perpendicular to the dock itself, so it's kind of hovering over this area.
Nilbo, bad news, I'm afraid. We're going to need a
What's going on?
drop off. You can return and install that after you've dropped us off. It's quite important.
Sorry,
Well-
Nilbo.
And I froze. Cool. I really froze.
like that.
I froze.
That was the perfect
Shit, I
freeze.
missed the screenshot.
That was a great screenshot there.
So good.
All right then. Grabs the stuff and starts loading it back.
Yeah, I'll help him load his
It's
stuff.
I'll
fine.
Yeah, sorry.
It's fine.
I
Save the
feel
world
bad.
here.
These fucking adventurers, am I right? Never can
What?
make up. There's prima donnas the whole way through.
All
I
right
actually
then.
don't even know what that word means.
So, well, Madonna was she's I think she's like a Valerian singer, something like that. But anyways, where
What
we
does a
going?
prima donna mean? Is that like when they are before they are like this woman?
Exactly.
Okay.
It's a Valerian thing.
All the strut and none of the popularity. Anyway,
So where we going?
I'm going to pull out the map right here and indicate the spot on the swamp we're moving, or outside the swamp we're going to.
All right. Not going to be a place to land there. I've never
We'll be-
been directly through this place, but and he's sort of just like looking over the maps and stuff. But I know it's pretty heavily treed at this point, so I will get you in a general vicinity if that's what you're looking for.
Yeah, just drop us
Yeah.
off and you can return. Not a problem. We'll be in contact.
You want me to leave you there?
Yeah, go back to your installations. This might take a while on our part.
All right. Very well
If
then.
we're in trouble, we can handle ourselves.
I have no doubt about that. I just recently scooped you up out of some trouble, though. So, you
Right. Hopefully there are no fire giants or Acer or whatever you called them, Milo. Oh yes, okay.
Yeah, so we're pretty quick in getting ourselves out of trouble if needs be. You'll hear.
right then.
Plus, you'd still be here if we were leaving you here to go there a different way. So I mean, literally, it's the same.
Right. Didn't want to have this conversation really, but I think it needs to be had. if you end up not returning or for whatever time, I need a time limit to where I'd either go. Oh my god, I froze again.
Oh, there you went. There he is.
Hey.
If we end up not returning.
Right. So, I drop you off in the swamp, or you go from here. How long am I supposed to wait until you want me to come looking for you? I will look for you, or go on about my way.
Consult Erish. He'll know what to do.
Yeah, Erish will be staying with you.
It could take us some time. I'd say probably 10 days before. If you hear nothing from us in maybe a couple of days, you should have cause for concern, but we'll let you know within a couple of days via magical methods.
Yeah, we'll say every 5 days we'll notify you magically that we'll be staying a little bit longer, and we'll go from there.
All right. Okay, then.
Yeah, Dawn, look to the message.
At night, in D&D, messages happen at night.
I know, I'm just kidding. It's okay. Waste that spell slot.
So in the morning, then, I'll be looking out for spells in the morning.
Indeed.
All right. Well, let's load up then. Is your half-elf friend coming with you?
Do what?
Irish.
Oh, yeah, Yarish. He is staying on the ship. I thought he said he did not want to go in the swamp.
Right. He stayed at the Fireflies Respite last night.
Oh.
I didn't really bring him with me. He was hanging out with the little one, the goblin kid.
Mop.
Moup.
Meow.
Yeah, we'll go find him. It's not a big deal.
Well, I mean, he was there when I left him. I just didn't know if he was going with us to the swamp or he's just staying here. Very well. We'll get things ready. I'll get the gangplank and everything back up.
All
right. So you're just heading off towards the Fireflies Respite.
Everyone leaves so that he has to reload the airship by himself.
We help.
All right. It doesn't take you any sort of time to get over to the northern side of the town, and you see a small little like bed and breakfast thing set off of one of the docks to the northern side of the town of the city. And they have like these little like screened outlets sort of thing that sort of peek off in different directions of the swamp. That look like these like bungalow type rooms. You walk in, and Erish is sitting there at a table. There's this just massive orc behind the bar, like cleaning some dishes off or something like that, and just an older human woman, both of them probably in their late 50s or 60s, just sort of walking around the place. And what you would assume to be, as Nilbo said her name, Rosie, is sort of hanging out there with Erish and Mop, as they're just sort of Erish, it seems to be, have taken your advice, and they're going over some morning lessons. Seems to be like helping him count with like cereal or something like that.
Hey, Erish, we're going to be taking the airship for the day to a place, and then they'll be coming back without us. What are your plans? Are you wanting to travel into the swamp? Do you want to stay here for the day? You want to go with us?
I'm not sure who would take over for Mop if we did that.
Bill can look after him.
I can go on the ship with you. Let me just gather my things quickly, but we'll stay aboard the ship. Just in case my services are needed in between now and then. Come on, Mop, let's gather you. And he's like scrapes off the cereal off the table, puts it in the bowl, and says, "Thank you so much, Miss Rosie."
Quick question.
Yeah.
Did you say that orc was 60 years old?
The orc looks old as hell.
Looks 60. So
looks around 50 or 60.
200 in people years.
Not 200, but definitely old. They're definitely an older couple.
Okay.
Elderly.
It's like don't orcs get like elderly by like 40 or
40.
something like that? Like,
Yeah.
Okay.
He's getting up there. You look over, he's got some like deep set wrinkles and these tusks that have since grown in different directions, and he just sort of gives you a nice like smile and nod. He's wearing like suspenders and an old shirt. He's gotten pudgy, but he's still just fucking massive. Hey. just sort of staring there, like looking him over.
I like their tusk.
Thanks. You gather your things, Erish. You'll take off back to the airship. All right. Loading up onto the airship, you guys taking off north into the direction of the crawling swamp. As you guys are moving along through the day, the mango trees and what are, I call them mangrove, but the Eberron equivalent of mangrove, not mango trees.
Mango trees.
Not mango
Hell
trees.
yeah.
Mangrove.
We're about to get fucking just a rip roaring drunk in the middle of this swamp.
Roll for mango trees. It's an 8. There's no mango trees. So it's very close to a natural 20, but it bounced back. The mangrove trees down below root system, and it gets heavier and heavier as far as you leave this sort of city area that's been cleared out a bit. You see in the distance above a lot of these shorter trees, as thick as they are, some of these mud runners that are just going back and forth. There seem to be several of them. Passing on by them through the air, you guys make your way north into the crawling swamp. You guys have about a half a day's journey, if not a little bit more than that, to this sort of, at least the general area of the drop-off. Is there anything anybody would like to do?
Oh, go ahead.
No, you go ahead. I'm thinking.
I would say Milo's going to, since we'll be without access to the lab and everything, go ahead and assemble an additional pack with like bits of metal, wood, tools, little gems from the big hoard that he ended up buying for supplies, just to have something on the road.
Gotcha.
When was the last time that I contacted KJ? I would remember ask Kaushik, but I don't. Has it been like a week or so?
No, it's been a little north of a week because it's taken over 8 days to get here.
Oh shit, okay.
You contacted her in Moodwatch, so yeah, a little over 8 days.
Okay, I'm not gonna contact her quite yet, but I'm going to go over in my head. Tonight, perhaps I might contact KJ. It's been a while.
Okay. Easy enough. Anything else anybody would like to do on the journey?
Nope. Just hang out with Mop some before even to go on the journey. I'll probably ask Gandalin, hey, Gandalin.
Oh, yeah.
You know, you're looking kind of down. It's alright that you lost that fight. Like, it's pretty... People lose fights all the time.
Yeah, no, it's fine. Yeah.
You just look kind of upset as well.
Okay.
Okay.
No, it's not right to admit it.
Insight check.
I'm fine.
We all get caught on the wrong foot sometimes.
Like that guy had such a really powerful first blow. Like I feel like after that you were holding you were kind of kicking the shit out of him. It was just that first lucky hit that just messed everything up.
I think you would have had him if you hadn't had that first hit,
right.
Or if you would have been able to go first. But, you know, hey, you never
It's
know.
a 26 total for my insight check.
16 deception.
What does she get?
That I with a 26, I would presume that A, lying about nothing, I'm okay, and B, probably has nothing to do with the losing the fight.
I will keep that notion in the back of my head until I perhaps have some time alone with Gandalf.
With a 22, I just think he's completely full of shit about it not getting to him.
Ain't nobody getting insight checks on Milo because he's hiding in his lab.
Don't have to lie to nobody if I never talk again.
Okay.
I'm gonna scry on Milo so I can roll every hour, just every hours.
Erish finds you you guys sort of grouped up as Nilbo's calls down. We're getting close now. Probably 12, 1, 2, somewhere around in there as the sun's above the deck of the ship. You guys sort of see a low-hanging fog over the swamp itself. Erish does find you guys though and says, I have some things that may be of use for you. While I won't be going into the swamp with you, maybe these will help you out a bit. He gives you 2 multicolored, like layered candles. If you're running low, I'm not sure the last time you've bought rations. I do have, and he pulls out about 14 packs of pre-made rations for you guys. This is what I could do with the supplies on ship. When those get low, or whatever you have on you gets low, I would suggest that you can use these. Use these in the morning, as they can sustain you for the entire day.
Put those in the bag of holding.
Are they in individually wrapped brown paper bags?
No.
It's worth a shot.
Oh, the rations. 100%.
Yes, the rations.
I thought you were talking about the candles. Yes, no.
Did he write little notes for each of us?
You'll have to open them up to see.
Is there crust on the sandwiches? Did he cut the crusts off? Are they in like special shapes?
The crust is the best part, son.
Oh my
He cut the crust off of everybody's sandwich and just put them all in a bag for.
I'm just imagining Gandalf as like a 12-year-old in a fucking dumpster going, oh, it's got the crusts.
Everything starts to make a lot more sense now.
Hands over
Good
another
bread is all crust.
another candle to you guys. We're gonna move away from the crust. That is sort of like tie-dye in color with just different sort of colors around it, not layered like the last one. And he hands it off to you, and you almost feel like it's sloshing inside. He says, slow burn candle can produce a number of things, but I think what it might be used most effectively for would be water. Again, I don't know what resources you have at your disposal, and I'm not sure, if you'll have those resources at the end of the day. So hopefully these things help. It can create a number of other effects, though, for a while, or for a certain number of uses, at least. And then he hands you one last candle, and he says, Miss Korshik, I know you have the ability to do so, but if you find yourself unable to at the end of the day or spent, just can get in touch with me a total of 3 times. Should anything go south. So, I hope these things help.
Guy, dude.
As he says that, Beric will just go like flapping back up and just kind of like hang off the end of the staff. Like, well, I guess they can take Beric with me now.
Okay. Just those are 2 candles of nourishment, which would apply to the whole party. That is a candle or an alchemy jug in candle form, good for 8 uses. That is a sending candle to air specifically, good for 3 uses.
Ian, you got that, or do I need to put it down?
I'm writing them down, but it never hurts to have it in more than one place.
Okay, gotcha.
Right.
If you would run it by me again at the end, like after Roses and Thorns, I'll put it in my inventory.
Absolutely.
Thank you. You warn
All
Ian,
right.
it works either way.
Nilbo swings down, getting you guys closer to the ground as close as possible, and takes takes a rope onto the side of the these trees aren't too tall. They're maybe 20 foot tall, but they are thick. But he goes down beneath, ties a rope onto one of the inside handles and then pushes that door down. So 50 feet of rope just sort of falls to the ground. Right then, 5 days, I'll hear from you. I'll come swinging by if you need me. Good luck.
Thanks. Going down the road.
Anything anybody else wants to do before you guys get off the ship?
I want to give Erish a hug.
Hug Erish. There's still a moment of hesitation, as there always is, but their secondary bends down. Unfortunately, pancakes don't last as long, so no pancakes in the rations, but wish you the best of luck.
That's all right. I'll have something to look forward to once we get back.
Without a doubt.
I would also like to find Maup.
Maup is standing right there by Eris, hand through a belt loop.
Okay, I'm gonna lean down to him. You stay safe, little buddy. You listen to Erish, do what he says, all right?
Yes. Okay.
And give him a little pat.
Slight winds.
Now we'll turn to Nilbo. Say, Nilbo? Kind of nod at him.
Miss Kolchik.
Business partners. That's it for me. That's my goodbyes.
All right.
Yeah, I'll definitely squat up and eye to eye with Mop and be like, all right, we're leaving. Have fun. Listen to Bill. He'll get you into lots of trouble, but it'll be worth it. Build character. Listen to Erish, but not when he's around. And then I'll just wink at Erish and leave.
Erish gives a slight smile. You see fucking calculations going on in Mop's brain. He is trying to take in what he just heard, as everything was counterintuitive, not only to what he knows, but to each other in the same sentence. So there's a lot going on behind those eyes right now. Tracks.
Can they do a persuasion check?
Yeah, sure. Yeah, give a persuasion check. I'll see if it gives them advantage.
Holy shit, that's a 19 plus 1.
Yeah.
Calculations
Chaos.
are still going on, but he says, right, okay.
The cogs are turning.
Yeah. You guys down the ropes. You guys splash one by one into gunk.
Before I went down the ropes, I was gonna.
Yeah.
All right, friend. Kind of. I'll get Erish. We'll get Mop. Don't cause him too much trouble, hey? Then splash.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna pat Erish on the shoulder as I go by. Thanks for the supplies, friend. And then hop on down.
Mr. Gorham. All right. One by one, splashing into the swamp below. Bugs are heavy down here. The canopies of the trees seem to be trapping whatever heat was left over from summer down here with you as it just gets humid. The bug presence around you seems abnormally high. You're just swatting at the bugs, mosquitoes around your face, knocking things off of you.
I don't know what y'all talking about.
Or, well, you know, the bugs might be one thing, but we're like 98 out here. You're like 114 in that armor, so
Air conditioned.
fuck you.
That wasn't on the
Your
new
armor
feet.
being-
Cooling system isn't air conditioning.
He's just over there.
Yeah, just little mini
Little
fans and misters.
blowing on his-
Yeah, he's got his drone just so the propeller just like.
With that and with the instructions, as Zurich had pointed out some of the supply drops on the map and just sort of dotted out where he typically, or where they typically drop them off. I'd like you to give me a survival check from here, Artyom. Pinpointing,
Gotcha.
and because you are in a natural habitat, it is at advantage.
Yeah. That is a 25.
25.
Just,
Looking. Go ahead.
I would say just for fun, I was gonna roll to see like what would Milo do if he were by himself and had to roll survival here. And I hit that fat nat 1, and that's so fucking on brand.
Lost.
Hell yeah.
Milo,
But-
your boots hit the mud and you start to sink a bit, and you're looking at the map, you're looking around, and then you go to move forward in the direction, and it's just, oh shit. You've sunk about half a shin deep in detritus.
Before we stop moving, I'm going to take a little while to prepare.
Okay.
And during that time, since we're in the dirt now, I will cast Water Walk on us and re-up
Very
our
smart.
telepathic bond.
Okay. So taking some time, re-upping on the mental group chat, casting Water Walk, which is a very smart decision. And with a 25, I'm gonna say taking about 5 hours from here and sort of looking at some of the elevation that's pointed out on the map and the elevation around you. Maybe sometimes getting the Kestrel up in the air to look around as well to give you some ideas of elevation and which way it's going, even though it's very slight in this swamp. You are able to pinpoint this place fairly quickly. You end up walking, the trees kind of get a little bit more sparse in this area, denoting that you're getting deeper into this area as things just sort of seem to die off. Less birds chirping. Still the same presence of insects around you, though. The smell of decay hitting your face, long rotting wood and plant matter. But you see in front of you, a couple 100 yards, a couple of like wooden crates and whatnot.
All right.
Making your way up there, you get 20 feet, 15 feet away. Smells like rot. Smells like whatever they've put here has gone bad.
Is this a supply drop?
It's been here for over a month. That makes sense.
Oh, that's disgusting.
Can I do like a kind of just sort of, I guess it would be an investigation to sort of see what exactly they were leaving here?
Yeah, sure. Make a quick investigation check.
4.
Oh, hell yeah. You see
Milo
nothing.
can do some investigating of his own with his
Sure.
drone or whatever.
Sure.
Looks like the
Little-
swamp's got a
little
lot of
bit better.
hungry things in it.
That'll be a 25.
Okay.
That's a little bit better.
Artyom, you go up to
Just a
look
wee
in
bit.
this, and a large fly of some sort hits you right in the fucking eye. And it takes you a second as Milo's just sort of looking around. Milo, there's sort of things scattered around here where things have torn into whatever the supply drop is, like small animals, it seems, has torn it about. You have flies all over this stuff. It looks like rotten food, and the grain itself seems like they have some like bags of grain and stuff that seems to have gotten soggy with swamp water and nasty and moldy in between it. And with a 25 investigation, these flies in here are just like $50 sized flies.
Well, I don't like that.
Is that normal for this area?
You don't know.
That sounds yucky.
Knowledge, nature, upwards inflection.
What's up?
Said knowledge, nature, upwards inflection, like based on other.
Are you trained in knowledge nature?
Yep. I got a whole bunch of knowledges, just not religion.
Go for it.
I will aid you in your investigation then.
Yeah, we using clues from the other biome stuff.
Sure.
Okay. That'll be a dirty 20 on both rolls.
Okay.
Nice.
With a dirty 20, while you're not sure about the like pests and insects of the world or of this region or anything like that, you do know like standard blackfly, right? These are about like 50% larger than normal. Now, whether that's because of plenty to feast off of, plenty of rotting whatevers to feast off of, diet, or whatever it is, but yeah, they are larger.
Let me insight check the flies.
Did I get any other information from the supply drop to see what all was left here?
It looks like mostly food. They like a couple of things just to sort of help them out. It looks like maybe some like yeah, I mean, not to go into too much detail or anything, but just general living supplies, fresh water, that sort of stuff that's been jugged up in like in large leather pieces, and just fruits and whatnot, just general like food and supply drop. This is like, we know you can probably take care of yourself, but this is us trying to be supportive, and you won't let us walk any further than this, so here you go.
Well, I will relay any specifics of my findings over the group chat.
Okay.
It doesn't seem good.
Definitely
Maybe-
not great.
Maybe they just decided they didn't need it.
For the first
Oh
time.
yeah.
Yeah,
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 yeah.
yeah. I know that's not. I know
Like
that's
on
not.
a plane from.
Or only is
That's
this
wishful
lucky for
thinking.
sure.
Wishful thinking.
Well, then it seems to me we should go ahead and start progressing into the swamp.
Agreed. It'll be dark soon. Might as well get as much ground as we can cover.
Okay.
Right.
With water walk, you quickly make how long does water walk last?
8
I think
hours.
it's
8 hours. So you cast it around 1, we'll say. So water walk will wear off around 9.
Okay.
In case you guys decide to march that long. How long are you guys marching?
We'll probably march until it's good and dark.
7, 8 o'clock. Just water walk is still going. How are you guys staying?
I'm going to sleep in
Mhm.
a relatively
Try.
flat-ish area. Try to find a hill of sorts that isn't in absolute muck for the squeamish folk.
Okay. Give me a quick survival check.
Ooh. I have this advantage, right?
Yeah.
Okay. I was just making sure because that was like I rolled 2 and that was a 17 and a 1. I'm like, I really need to make sure this is an advantage.
Yeah.
So that's 26.
Okay. I'll say you find an area. Everything's pretty wet here, but you do find an area big enough for the 7 of you that is like mangrove roots sort of together. You look and it's like this half-ass. It's probably not going to be the most comfortable, but it'll support the whole group. You sort of like press your feet on it. It holds above the water nicely. You think this will do okay?
All right.
All right.
Okay.
As you bed down for the night, I need everyone to please make me wisdom saving throws. And that is where we'll end tonight's session.
So we don't make wisdom saving throws.
Oh, you're still making them. You're just telling
Oh.
me the results afterwards. Thank you so much, everybody, for tuning in. We appreciate it. Much love. Join us again next week. We stream every Monday and Saturday. Mondays, we do Ghost of Saltmarsh, DM by our very own Gandalwin, or at Fear DOA. And on Saturdays, we do that. On Mondays at Brain, we do those at Monday at 7 p.m. And then on Saturdays, we do this, our Eberron campaign, at 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We are still raising money for Extra Life, so please donate to those guys. We're really trying to hit these goals for them and raise some good money. We're getting to that time of the year where it's all about giving, so go ahead and do that. It's for a really good cause. However, we are going to raid some of our friends over at the Arcane Arcade. So everybody, if you would, ready up to go say hey to them, give them a follow, support some people in the TTRPG community.